Do that. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Rassle Rock. This is our Payback watch along, baby. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Waiting on a couple people here. Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I left the computer on in the other room, and it's running. So I'll be right back, everybody. Please enjoy the absolute silence. Please enjoy this wall that I created behind me. Right in the way. Okay, that's a great way to start. At least I know that it's on. Hey, and we got Corey Castle. What's going on? How's it going?
Man, what it is, ho?
I left the YouTube stream running in the other room accidentally. So I had to run and turn that off. Just when I need a little bit of feedback.
In the first hour, should we talk about a regular, do it like as a regular show before, while the kickoff's going?
We can.
I mean, that could be neat. I mean,
ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Rassle Rock.
No, we don't have to do all that. Yeah, man, we can talk about whatever's going on.
Yeah, dude.
Did you see Kenny Omega on SmackDown?
Yeah, I saw the screenshots that people were posting about it. Yeah, that's really funny.
That is funny. It's like, hey man, I just wanted to check it out. Have a good time.
The funniest thing that I saw someone wrote was like, "Oh, just trying to see how to run a women's division."
I bet when you got to tune into WWE, it's just like, yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing here.
I
Your
feel
room
like-
going up better than ours. Great.
I feel like that was a real. Someone put a fake picture of Kenny Omega. I don't think it was a. You know what I mean? I think it was a setup. Somebody did it. It wasn't actually him watching SmackDown. In my opinion,
could have been.
it could have been, but he could have just easily just watched SmackDown on TV. It would have been the same thing.
Maybe he just wanted to check it out. Maybe he was doing some research. Maybe they're going to start doing it at AEW.
Maybe I wanted to see what it was
Maybe.
like.
Yeah, see what the fan experience is like. Could have been.
I mean, I'm curious myself on like what it's like to be. I don't care about being on screen in the arena, but I want to know what it's like, what those people are experiencing firsthand,
what they're actually seeing, like what is going on in front of their laptops or whatever.
I mean, I feel like they're probably just watching SmackDown, like the regular SmackDown, with the commentary, like with regular SmackDown commentary, regular SmackDown camera angles. Like, there's no different perspective to it. I don't think so. I would imagine not. I don't know.
It could just be like a hard cam shot. You know, maybe they're just watching the hard cam.
Yeah, that's. I'm curious. But I don't know if I'm curious enough to actually take the step to go and look at it.
I don't actually want to sit down for 2 hours and watch SmackDown. Okay, guys. I watch clips on YouTube. I'm good.
I hit fast forward real good. There's no fast forward in the Thunderdome. There's only pain in the Thunderdome. No fast forward.
Yeah, I'm munching on pizza over here.
What did you think of the whole Paul Heyman thing?
That was amazing.
Yeah,
that was a great twist. I didn't see that coming.
Whew. My Lord.
There was all this question. People were questioning, it's like, oh, is Roman a heel now? Is that what's going on? Did they finally turn him heel? And nobody was really sure about it. And then SmackDown, he's like, yeah, I'm a Paul Heyman guy now. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's awesome.
I'm never going to be able to look at him and not be like, look at them teeth.
No one will shut the hell up about his teeth.
What's that?
No one will shut the hell up about his teeth.
No. Like I saw and I Googled it. The first thing that popped up was Roman Reigns' teeth. Like that was the first thing that popped up. And
nobody cares that he's back. Nobody cares if he's heel or face. He's like, what the hell did you do to your teeth, man?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Like I was texting with Carly because she was over her friend's house and her friend is a wrestling fan. And I was like, oh, ask Mark what he thought of Roman Reigns' teeth. And she's like, oh, he didn't watch SummerSlam. I'm like, well, tell him to Google Roman Reigns' teeth. If you just type in Roman Reigns, the first thing that pops up is Roman Reigns' teeth.
That's funny.
And it's bored millionaire stuff, man. It's I can't wait till I'm a bored millionaire. I want to be a bored millionaire so freaking bad.
If I was bored and had $1 million, if I was bored and had $1 million.
Quarantine billionaires want to do the weirdest thing, or quarantine millionaires at least.
There was nothing wrong with his teeth to begin with.
No,
how did he do that?
They had like a little gaps or whatever, but like who doesn't? That's human.
Get Invisalign.
Right, exactly.
The hell?
Veneers, man. Just veneer them up. But I mean, like, that's what maybe he's like going, well, this wrestling thing will be with me for a couple more years, and then I got to go be a Hollywood star. And look how perfect The Rock's teeth are.
True. The Rock has pretty much everything that everybody in Hollywood wants. He's just got the body, he's got the smile, he's got everything, man. He's got that
the money, the money, and the money.
That's a money. Do you see Jerry Lawler's on the Payback kickoff show here?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He's like
pretty
poor
man.
replacement for Renee Young. He's what he said that like a poor man's replacement for Renee Young. He's like, at least I wore my bling on my shirt. Like, you would have wore that anyway. That had nothing to do with Renee Young.
Yeah, that's just his regular gear. Hey, look who we got! Hey, look who we got joining us now, man. We got Mr. Nick Burke.
Hey!
Hi, everybody.
Well, that's a very echoey room.
Going on?
Body.
So what should I do?
Do you have headphones?
No.
You don't have headphones.
No.
Oh, well, then we're just going to deal with it. We'll suffer through it. It's totally, I mean, I'd rather have echoey Nick Burke than a no Nick Burke.
Yeah. How about
Nick Burke? No Nick Burke. No Nick Burke.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, dude.
We missed you last.
Yeah, last week I was doing housework all day and just out in the sun the whole entire day. It just killed me. So
I thought you were gonna say, last week I was just out in the sun. Oh, you know what? I can't think of an excuse. I didn't do it.
No. Today it wasn't that bad. I did my yard work, but it wasn't that bad. So that's why I'm here.
Nice.
That's one fine tale that you're spinning.
I am. Where's the rest of the crew at? Where's Longbeard at?
Matt Flowers.
Yeah.
Matt Flowers never responded to me. I texted him.
It's funny.
He never got back.
I was FaceTiming with Bomboy the other day, and he's like, I check you guys out all the time. I love your show. But I saw he had the Royal Rumble and he had Matt Flowers back on. And I was like, I'm not watching this one.
Doesn't like Matt Flowers. How do you not like Matt Flowers?
He just doesn't like how Matt talks like he knows better than the wrestlers. Like the forearms thing that he was doing. That was
oh my god.
That was annoying as hell.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that last week. Matt got on everybody's case, every wrestler that ever throws forearms, and he just kept on doing it over and over again.
Who am I?
Like, Jesus,
he's hilarious. He cracks me up.
You realize everyone that you're talking to now is a wrestler. Like,
right.
You're not, maybe.
Funny.
So, what we're gonna do for the first hour, kind of, Nick, is we're gonna do almost like what our regular show would be, like while the pre-show is going on. So, what we just talked about before you got on was we talked about Roman Reigns' teeth. If you're, for the benefit of other people who just maybe doing it, we talked about Roman Reigns' teeth, and we would like to hear your opinion on Roman Reigns' teeth. And the Paul Heyman thing, if you want.
Hold on a minute. First, Benson wants me to tell you it's his birthday today. My dog Benson. It's his birthday today, so he's 2, and he just told me that I forgot to tell you guys about it. So he wants you to say happy birthday to him.
Well, happy birthday, Benson.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Hey, they all said happy birthday to you. Come here. Get up here. Come on, bud. Come on,
Benson. Let's see you. The whole world's waiting to see Benson.
Ben, get up there. Come on.
Totally. I think he just said something racist.
Yeah, he was.
There he is.
Happy birthday! Yay!
Hey, happy birthday!
Thank you.
I'm automatically thinking of Ash being like, Nick Burke, you used to be so cool.
You mean having 2 dogs is not cool? Oh.
I think so. This is what Ash would say.
You look like that issue of Raw magazine with Deborah on the cover holding the 2 puppies.
The puppies. So with Roman Reigns' teeth, Are they the teeth that like they go over your teeth, or were they teeth that were put on like? They're just
I think they're veneers. That's like my idea. I think they're veneers.
Yeah, they would go over your teeth.
Yeah, like Ben Affleck. Like Ben Affleck's got them veneers.
Yeah.
He wants to have them Ben Affleck looks.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't? I mean,
that man's dad.
Shannon from Mallrats. Everybody wants to be.
Yeah, who doesn't want that? In the back of a Volkswagen.
Everybody wants to be the proprietor of fashionable mail.
Right.
Not Batman, not Argo, none of that. No, they want Mallrats by now.
Yeah.
I used to rock the when I couldn't grow my beard in the right way, I couldn't grow my goatee in the way. I had the Chasing Amy Ben Affleck, where the one side didn't connect and the other side did.
Yeah.
I never thought to get veneer too.
Damn. Yeah, they do look a bit like weird, and his eyes too. He did something to his eyebrows.
Oh, maybe
bored
millionaires, man. Bored millionaires be doing all kinds of crazy stuff to their cosmetic exterior.
Right.
His teeth kind of reminded me of like Matt Dillon in Something About Mary when he got his teeth when he got the big teeth.
The bigger the better.
Yeah. And they're super white too. They were they just didn't look legit real. Like it's weird. His face just looked different too. Yeah, work done.
I'm thinking this would be cool to be like a heel turn. And it's funny because the argument against the heel turn for a long time was he was the biggest babyface pop and the biggest like kids merchandise. And it's like, no shows are happening, so no kids are showing up. So might as well give it a spin and see what it's like for him to kind of be a top. Plus, I mean, I've been saying for a long time, and I mean, I don't even know if this is going to happen, but I think like him to like shed the Shield stuff, like the still using the Shield song, like still wearing the Shield gear, like all that. It's enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Yeah, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of the theme song. I'm tired of the gear. If he's going, I mean, he changed his teeth for God's sake. You can at least change your gear and your theme song. You know, why not? Nobody wants to hear the dan. It's like, okay, we've heard it.
It goes through my head while I'm walking downstairs.
Do you do it with the beat? Just
like the Shield used to do when they were walking down.
Oh, I think you just had a beat in your head.
No, it's just they're associated with the Shield. That is, like as I'm like 2 steps in front of the stairs, I'll go Sierra Hotel Indigo.
Dude, how out of place does Charlie Caruso look on the pre-show? Just in between JBL, Booker T, you got
Saul Rosenberg and Jerry
Saul Rosenberg.
Dude, I just watched a little bit of the R-Truth game show today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a character, man. He's like that's absolutely everything you see of him. That's who he is. That's just what he is. I love it. I love R-Truth. I think that I love him even more after watching just a tiny bit of an episode. Was he like did it like we should apply some of those games that he tries to do on our show.
I would like,
but he's sent people on scavenger hunts through their house and stuff.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And he was like, "Show me a piece of R-Truth merchandise," and then like it's a countdown for like somebody to find something, and Jeff Hardy was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to show this, but I picked up an R-Truth lighter from a gas station in Ohio," and it just was a light with R-Truth on.
Was it a legit R-Truth lighter, or was it just a lighter and he wrote R-Truth on it?
No, it had a little picture of R-Truth on it.
Really? That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, he had a bikini on it too, so if you smudged it, he wasn't wearing it anymore.
That's great. That's a really good one.
Hilarious.
All right, well, look, I'm actually going to have dinner in about 2 minutes. Then I'm going to jump back on. Is that all right?
Yeah, man.
We got it earlier, but you took like forever to respond to me on what time everything was kicking off.
All right.
That's Shire.
I was in the shower. Sorry, man.
Yes, Fox Shired. All right, I'll be back in about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
All right, man. We'll be here.
All right. See ya.
All right. Neck break, everybody.
All right.
That's just me.
See you. Yeah. I had something in, so I couldn't clap, and so see you soon. I got it. Order on its way here.
Yeah.
So I might step out of frame for just a moment or two, just to grab my food ski.
No problem. I'm shopping. I'm like housing peanuts right now, so no food for me. I can pick up the slack and do this for myself. I don't know where Mark Callbacker is. Socio says he's going to stop by.
Well, he said he was just going to jump on. Mark said like he's at work, right?
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, imagine we're going to just hang at the Institute again and look at bottles of stuff while he runs around like a jerk.
Showing his taxi cab confessions or whatever it was.
Oh, shit. I'll be right back.
All right, man. I'll be here. I'm going to do this. Yeah, now it's the Rick Connors show. I got nothing for you. Right now on the pre-show, they're still going on with R-Truth. Now they're showing a Coke commercial, so I really got nothing for you. I do want to talk about. I'm sure they're going to get to it on the pre-show. But if you're watching this now, this is pretty much an episode of Rassle Rock here. Oh, Castle's back. Never mind. I was going to go off all by myself.
This is brought to you by California Tortilla. Go get yourself some California Tortilla.
Make yourself a damn quesadilla. Yeah, man. I was just about to go off on Keith Lee, man. Did you see Raw this week?
I did. I like the presentation, but what I'm not a big fan of is the gear that accompanies the presentation. Like the shorts that look like a skirt. I just don't know how I really feel about it. I mean, it's not the most flattering. Like he can get away with it not wearing a shirt, and then they put like a weird like swim shirt on him. Like it's bizarre.
Well, you know, Vince has that problem where anybody that's overweight has to wear a shirt. He does it with Otis. He did it with Dusty Rhodes.
He didn't do it with JBL.
Well, JBL was dad bod fat. Keith Lee is like fat, but you know, in a good way. Like he's more muscular than he is fat. But Vince just has that weird thing. I don't know what the shorts thing is. It didn't bother me. It was different. I knew that they were going to change them up a little bit. I don't like the theme song either. Hopefully they change that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. If not, we'll get used to it. It's not going to break them. You know, Keith Lee's amazing. So nobody's going to care once the bell rings. That's my thoughts on it. Huh? Are you muted? What the hell? Can't unmute your guest. It says your mic isn't connected. I don't know, sir. I'm trying to unmute you, and it's saying I can't unmute you because your mic is not connected. I will hold on. I will hold for room tone. This is why our live streams Are so popular.
How's this?
There you go. I can hear you now.
Hi. I don't know. It didn't come unplugged. I don't know why that happened.
I don't know.
This is live, folks. Hey, little kitty.
Coming to you all the way live. Do you have a cat?
Yeah. Well, it's Chris's cat. My roommate has a cat.
Oh.
She's most of the time in Chris's room, but sometimes she comes out here and explores. You never hear her going, ah, ah. Oh, she does it all the time.
I have not heard
all
that.
the time. Yeah. Needy ass bitch. You know that like cats are famous for not being so needy, but this one needy, crazy. like man, you're a cat. Don't you like live your own life? What do you need attention for? Like, you're not a dog.
Cats what they want when they want it. They want what they want. And yeah, they're gonna get it whether you want to give it to them or not. Because that's what cats do. That's
So
what cats do.
Did you see the Big E stuff on Talking Smack?
No.
Okay. Well, that was really good. It was actually very good. And you should check that out when you get a chance. It was him talking about like how being single. It was like I guess last week's Talking Smack, The Miz kind of gave him crap for being a comedy shtick.
Yeah.
And he like kind of justified it in a very, very, very smart way. And he's like, oh yeah. People forget I was the second ever NXT champion. Like, I know how to do this. He's like, oh, this is the message we choose to give. It's really positivity. And it was real sweet. It was real good little promo, but it was like, yeah, this guy is world champ. And like, you could tell that like Renee Young and Miz were both like, wow, we're getting schooled. We should shut up.
No. Yeah, man. I love Big E. I love the New Day. I think what they do is great. It shows that there's a spot for that in wrestling. Like Matt was on here last week saying that funny isn't money or whatever the Cornette quote he was trying to spew. Yeah. And it's not true, man. You can be funny and still be a big deal, man. You can have a comedy shtick and still be a star. Like Kofi Kingston was WWE champion. It happens, and it's going to continue to happen because there's definitely a place for that in this business. That's my two.
I guess Mark's watching along. He's not. Are you not seeing the comments? I guess that's part of mine. Mark Kalbacher. He said something about.
Why is Mark commenting on your Facebook?
I have no idea. Something about FCC. I don't really know what he's trying to say. And then I don't know.
He said his phone just butt dialed all that, whatever that was. So there you go.
Well, something.
That's something anyway.
Hope you're okay.
So I got to put together this. Well, you can't really see it, but it'll be the thumbnail of the video. This watch along thing. I thought that came out really well on Photoshop.
Really yeah, I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah,
looks good. Looks real good. I dig it.
I did that today. It only took half an hour.
Look, we got a real profesh setup here. We ain't running up there. I said we got a real profesh set up here.
Yeah, man.
And we run a tight ship, as one would say. I mean, not the tightest of ships, but it's a good show, and it looks professional due to all the hard work that you do, and it sounds great due to all the hard work that you do. And I don't think I tell you enough how grateful I am for like all the above and beyond stuff. And the people who listen to it, like the people who listen to the show, people who watch your YouTube channel, they they've got to understand, like, man, all this work that goes into it. It's all thanks to Rick, really.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I try and make it look and sound as professional as I can. I don't have the best microphone, and we don't have the best cameras, but we're trying our best here. Everything that you see and hear is done by us in one way or another. So it's a little hard having zero budget and no money coming in for this podcast, and having to pay for the podcast on top of that to get like the best thing going. Plus, we don't have like real deep connections as far as getting guests goes. Like, you're never gonna see like a Ric Flair or somebody like that on here. You might. We got Jerry Lawler on one time, but
Lanny Poffo was on once.
We've had our share. We've had our fair share of good guests, but mostly it's independent wrestlers that we know, that we've that we worked with in the past, that we're going to get on as guests. We should probably get back to that sometime soon. I think this what we got going on here right now on StreamYard, I think, is pretty much going to be the way it's handled from now on. I think this is the easiest. This was definitely easier than us running around trying to set up mics in somebody else's house.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. There was a time that we were in a studio and I was trying to buy cameras to get a video like this going on,
right?
And it was never really working out. But
what is the mother of invention? Necessity? Is that
what?
Necessity is the mother of invention. Is that what it is? What is the saying? It's like
that. That sounds right.
But like, yeah, it's really like the circumstance surrounding the video element of this podcast and my podcast too weren't as awesome as they are since this started, since the quarantine started.
Mm-hmm. And now it's more mainstream to do something like this, to do like Zoom call or something like that. Like, offices are doing it everywhere. Pretty much everybody's been doing it, and so we should be able to get a lot more guests once we get some content info down. I know we're going to have a lot more DCW people coming on soon. I was talking to Dave Klein earlier, and we're going to be working a lot more with them. Mm-hmm. There's even talk of there might be some DCW shows presented by Rassle Rock, so we might be doing like
a little cross promotion.
Yeah. Like, I haven't gotten a chance to talk to you guys about it yet. I don't really know what's going on with it yet. DCW isn't back up and running yet, but I think it's going to be good, man. I think it's going to be a step in the right direction. It's going to open up the doors for us to get a lot more guests, and it's going to, have some advertisements for them as well. They're going to be pretty much not necessarily a sponsor, but they're going to be part of Rassle Rock, man. You're going to see a lot of DCW stuff going on here pretty soon. So there's going to be some changes coming. There's going to be some more fun stuff for you, the viewer, to watch, and for us to do. And that's going to be cool.
Oh, what's the first match in the kickoff is the Riot Squad and the Iconics?
Is it the Iconics?
That's just my assumption. I don't know, but
they got some
maybe
match
I'm bad. What's up? Yeah, the match in gear looks great.
Yeah. There was a whole lot of build up to Liv Morgan coming back and to Ruby Riott coming back, and now they're just teaming them up again. But it's working.
I mean, it works best. Yeah. I mean, if the other things weren't working, just put them back to what was.
Here's the Iconics.
Yeah, so that was just my guess that it was going to be the Iconics. So I don't.
Mm-hmm. It was a good guess.
I nailed it.
I used to think that the Iconics were really super annoying, and then they teamed Lana together with Natalya, and the Iconics look pretty tame compared to the two, as far as annoyance goes.
Right.
Yeah, I can't. We got this on mute, so we don't.
Yeah, so can't really tell what they're saying, but they're probably saying something along the lines of, "Oh, you like this and like that, and then you're the trashiest the? I'm trying to say the Chris Jericho promo in an Australian accent. The trash bag ho, the trash bag ho. That's. I don't do Australian accents very well.
It's all right.
Foster's.
False start, is that what you said?
Foster's. Italian or Australian. Australian from here.
Foster's. D.
Had to speak Australian. What?
That was kind of a cool spot. She got whipped into her knees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these teams have some decent team like tandem offense.
Yeah, some double team.
Yeah, I really don't like that Bailey and Sasha like lift you up to our shoulders and then just drop you together. Like that's like the worst tag move I've ever seen. It's pretty bad.
I don't think it's a finish. I think it's just a move that they did.
Right.
We'll see. I don't know. I hope it's not their finish. It's really not that good. Are they breaking them up already? There seems to be some kind of dissension here in the Riot Squad. Didn't they just get together like 2 weeks ago?
She has a sound little lamb. Oh,
that was sweet.
It looks like they're teasing a breakup from Cesaro and Shinsuke too.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll be a good program if they have the feud with each other. Like that'll produce some really great matches.
Yeah. I would enjoy seeing that. That is something that I would like, I submit. There's our girl, Jessie K, referee. It was my girl anyway.
Former DCW Women's Champion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You said you're a girl.
On the show. Huh?
You're my girl anyway.
I used to have such a crush on her. It was ridiculous.
I'm aware.
I know. I'm letting everyone know. I'm making it available to the world.
The very coolest thing about her was that she was always so sweet. She was always so nice. Like, taking the time to like know everybody and stuff. That was really cool. I'm pretty sure I met one of the Iconics at one point when they were coming through the Indies, like around here. I just don't know which one.
You don't know which one?
No, I don't. I know it was one of the Australian girls. That's how it was said to me at the time.
Yeah. It's weird how many people we met from other countries that like just came in like to do indie work in America, and they ended up like, you know, in the same buildings that we were. It's like, wow, we're not that big of a deal. How are you here from like Japan or whatever? I mean, back in CZW, it was one thing because they had that relationship. What was it with All Japan?
Big Japan.
Big Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have kind of a funny story about that. There was always like somebody in, like some Japanese wrestler in from Japan, and I didn't know who they were. I just knew that, like, this was when I first started wrestling. I just knew that you had to reach out to them, shake their hand, do a little bow, and say hi, and like speak real slow, like, "Hi, my name is Rick," and you know, because most of them didn't speak English very well. Mm-hmm. So I saw this one guy in the back. I don't know if he was Japanese or Korean. I apologize. I'm not, you know, I'm not very good at being able to tell the difference. So I walk up to him and I stick my hand out. I said, "Hi, my name is Rick." And I did a little bow. And he said, "Hi, my name's Scott." And it was just like some dude that was American. It was yeah, it was the Tough Enough guy, the guy from Tough Enough season 3 that couldn't ride a bike. It was that guy. I don't know. Funny story about
it is a great story.
Kind of being
racist. Like, yeah, dude, I'm from Trenton. Don't bow. Stop.
I walked away from that guy so fast and didn't see him again for the rest of my life. I was fine with that.
He made zero impression on the wrestling business.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. He was only there because he was on Tough Enough. What is the angle they're working here? Are they trying to do a split?
I think they're just trying to make it so that the Iconics are a better team. I don't know. Okay. No, she's ditching her. She's like staying out of the ring. That's weird.
And they're like yelling at each other. I don't understand. They just got back together. They just got matching gear. Oh, damn. We got some people coming in. I wasn't paying. I was watching the match. Sorry, guys. Hey, everybody.
Hello. I'm glad you're here.
Hey, do I sound all right, or do I sound like a chipmunk or no?
Well, at least you're not echoey like Nick Burke the jerk over there.
Alvin.
No, for real. Does it?
Nice to see you. Sorry.
Funny.
What's that? We can hear you. What's going on with you?
No, I was just making sure I don't sound like a chipmunk and that I have normal audio.
You totally do.
Because anytime I use my Zoom, it tends to make me into like this high pitched weirdo. Who's high pitch? That's Kelly Clarkson. I figured I would join during my favorite part of the program, which is the ladies tag match.
It's everybody's favorite part.
Are you watching the monstrosity that just happened? Liv Morgan blowing spots.
Yep, right here.
Horribly, real bad.
Oh man,
like she's blowing her own stuff.
I think her shoulders hurt for realsies.
Who blew a spot? I missed it.
Liv Morgan did, slipped off the top or off the rope, and then just her shit's weak. Shit's weak. Just looks weak, man. It's weak.
All right, we're gonna have to cut down on some of those S words there, Nicholas.
Oh, are we on the
dude?
PG?
Come on.
Well,
are we on PG?
Well, yeah, we have to kind of cater a little bit more too, because Rick's trying to not get demonetized anymore. He yelled at me. He yelled at me this week.
Hell, that's weak.
I took a picture of the demonetized video from last week, and I was like, "Hey, Corey, could you watch the language a little bit?" That's all I said.
You were saying a bunch of words that you were saying. Don't say these on the air, okay? You son of a. Oh, all right. That was cool. That's it. What?
It was a weird pin.
It's tough to not, like, of course, not hear any sound, but it seemed like it was like a kick out at one.
SMH.
Here we go.
SMH.
What's wrong? I liked it. I thought it was a good finish.
No, it was good. It was good.
Well,
I look at everything from too critical of an eye, like of you know, I'm that guy that's like, it could have been a little tighter.
Liv Morgan was just blowing everything. Like her stuff. There's too much air in between. I don't know.
For what, the coach?
The kick stops here. You know, like.
That's a good T-shirt. The kick stops here. You know.
That would be great. Like you have a line right here,
or
and then it's
the hand protecting the face.
Super kick stops here. That would be such a good shirt to pitch to Teesprings.
Well, they don't make the art for the shirts, you know.
Oh, I gotta make it.
That's all me. Talk to this guy.
Can you make that shirt? Super kick stops here.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a line. This is super kick stops here. So
I want one like this. It says "not taking it."
Hand all the way out here, not taking it.
Protect yourself, kid. Protect yourself.
It'd be like sweet chest music.
Yeah. Dude, that was always the worst. Anytime I was trying to hit somebody with the Yakuza and I was blown to smithereens and I got him in the belly button. It was awful.
We've all had those days.
So, with that, I do realize the other dude's also. Well, I guess if you're hitting people in the belly button, that's too low. Because the other dude's actually supposed to come down to bring his head down to it. So.
Nah, the problem is that like I would be running and they would be running, and by the time I got to them or we were together, I just couldn't get the leg up high enough to where it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? Just
yeah,
like,
there's a whole two-way street on the thing too.
Yeah, and and the person could have also been a little lower, get a little lower. But to somebody like Latin Dragon's defense, he somehow would still sell it in a shooting star bump, even if I hit him in the belly button somehow.
Well, he's a bit overzealous.
Yeah, and he's athletic,
Yeah. Is he coming back?
Latin Dragon?
Yeah.
El Drago.
As far as I know, no, but I would never say never. I talk to him quite a bit, but he never really talks to me about plans of working anywhere, but
we just here and there exchange a couple of messages, but I don't remember the last time we talked.
Yeah, he's the goods. We talk a bit.
We used to always talk about how awesome Dexter was as a show.
It sure was.
Puts a timestamp on when that was.
Right.
Look at those teeth. Them big old chiclets.
That's the worst picture.
Come on. There's still more of this kid. We're not done with this kid yet.
Well, it's in the tag match.
Dominic.
Man, it's got to be miserable, like getting carried by your dad. It's like, Dad, let me get some shine in. No, you suck, son. You suck.
Stuff's weak.
Stuff's weak. Oh, look, the Payback is brought to you by Hulu. Hulu is
this match makes me uncomfortable.
What makes you uncomfortable?
That's weird.
Nothing.
Like one network brings you something else that's on a network.
What's with Sheamus's hat? Oh, that's new.
Yeah, I hate that hat.
It's weird. It's like I'm not in my gear, but I'm wearing like a wife beater tank top with suspenders and taped up fists and black pants and this stupid hat. And then my wrestling gear is my wrestling gear. I don't understand. What's the deal? Like
that's what he wears now, like suspenders and shit.
Yeah,
I mean, and stuff. Get your shirts in.
By God. I appreciate the censorship, guys. I appreciate it.
Trying, but I'm a simple man.
I did like this match, the Orton Drew match.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't mind that it ended up in the backslide. I was fine with it.
Since this is the first hour and we only have a couple minutes left, you want to hit that Who Wins Wrestling?
Sure, man.
Who wins wrestling? Blah, 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 blah.
Corey, you got somebody in mind?
Big E, man. I'm gonna say Big E. It's either that or Sami Zayn. So I'm torn, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with Big E.
Nice, man. I for this probably the first time ever I'm going with Roman Reigns. I don't think there's ever been a bigger surprise, at least not this year, than Roman Reigns being managed by Paul Heyman. Heyman, not Heyman.
Yeah. Heyman.
Mr. Heyman. How are you, Mr. Heyman? So yeah, I was super surprised with it. I'm hoping for a new look and a new theme song tonight. But we'll see. Mr. Sozio, I know you watch all the wrestling. Do you have a Who Wins Wrestling this week?
It's for the entire week.
Yeah,
I do not. I don't think it would be fair for me to give any input because I have not seen most of what has happened this week. I'm like the kid who didn't do the homework. I'm like, well, you see, I think Keith Lee's on the screen, so it must have been Keith Lee because he's out there doing his thing, and I read the cliff notes, and he stared Randy Orton right in the face, and he did such a good job out there. So I think it's Keith Lee. We're gonna say.
Well, I mean, that's a good pick considering that was his Raw debut. I mean, it's a good pick, I think.
Oh, okay. So this was his. He's finally on the big stage, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, he pounced him. He gave him a pounce. Oh,
period.
Yeah, I'm watching. I mean, we're all watching the highlights from that match right now.
Right. Honestly,
I was like, yeah, that's what I'm watching. What are you guys watching?
Burke, do you have a Who Wins Wrestling this week?
Well, I was going to say Keith Lee, but then you just grabbed him just because he was on your screen. Because, why not? Before that, I had Roman Reigns because of his wonderful teeth. But then you picked him.
See, and now it's I also got an A. Not only did I not read the book, but I gave I BS'd such a good answer that the teacher's like, you know what, Socio, great job. Nick, what about you? What did you get from the book? And you're like, the same as him. Oh, I could tell you didn't read Mr. Bird.
Right.
I can tell you didn't read the book.
Exactly.
It's no, I was really going to say what he said.
You really screwed him. You really screwed everybody up on that one.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
I guess it would have to be Moxley because he's number one in PWI 500, and that's what everybody strives to do. Come number one. Ooh yeah, number one in the PWI 500. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that actually
Elizabeth, I don't think so.
Other than the prestige of saying you were number one for one time.
It means nothing.
No, I'm just saying number one doesn't get anything, right? There's no money. There's not
trophy
not like five large. No.
No.
Man, that's a shame. I mean, you should get something for being number one in wrestling for the year.
Yeah.
A medal.
Do sound a little slow motion, and I think it sounds awesome. You should
slow motion.
You should get You should number one. You should get something.
You do that all the time?
Oh, maybe are you sick or something?
No, I'm fine.
No,
that's just puberty. That's just me finally. That's just me finally making the change.
How about Sami Zayn coming back? That was neat. Sami Zayn made his return.
Yeah, it's going to be what they're going to probably do a ladder match.
Does he look
Or
any
something?
different?
No, he's got long hair now.
Yeah, but he looks exactly the same.
But he was wearing the handicap hat, so couldn't tell. Want some hot fries? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hot fries.
Yeah, they're probably gonna do like a Sean and Razor WrestleMania 10 type of thing with them.
Right? Yeah, that's what I was automatically thinking. That like he was like, I never lost this belt.
You guys want to take some action on this match? What do you guys think? Keith Lee, Randy Orton. What's the action?
Is that happening on Payback?
Yeah, right.
What's that?
Keith Lee's going over.
Yeah, they're talking about it right now.
Keith Lee in his dress-looking outfit is going over.
I agree with that. WWE's actually, I don't know. Wait, what was the outcome on Raw? What was the outcome?
Oh, it was a disqualification. Drew McIntyre interfered. Technically, Keith Lee won, but DQ.
Nobody beat anybody, right?
No.
Did you guys watch the newest Botchamania?
No.
This week?
Yeah, they did a thing where they were comparing the room tone, like just the ambient room tone on the Thunderdome to the room tone, like ambient noise from WWE 2K17 or something like that, and it was exactly the same.
That's funny.
It's beautiful Thunderdome.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Like, do you have to buy? Like, you pay like $5 and you get to be on Thunderdome. Or you just submit.
You just sign up, and it's like first come, first serve. You know, they get like 1,000 people. It's free.
Wow, should do that.
I don't know what it is. We were discussing that earlier. If it's like a if you're just watching the show at like just like you would on TV, or if it's like you're watching the hard cam footage or what it is,
or that you're watching like your thing.
That's what I said. That's what I said. The unique perspective for each person, but I doubt that. I very, very highly.
Oh yeah. You know, yeah.
No way. There's zero chance. That means that every screen you see that there's a camera behind it, and no, that's what I'm saying. That's what would have to be taking place. That and then also, what screen are they going to put behind the post? It's like, oh man, I'm behind the post. Darn. Oh darn!
Well, kick your uncle in his left, or what was the line from Uncle from Ready to Rumble? And he's like, "Oh, my uncle lost his left nut in Vietnam to get these seats or whatever." He's like, "Oh, kick him in his right one when you see him," because they had to. I know I butchered whatever the line was, but it was something. I haven't seen the movie in a really long time.
Teeth.
Wow.
Keith McGillicuddy. That's his name now. Teeth McGillicuddy.
No, he's Teeth Lee.
Teeth Lee. Did you make that up, or is that floating around the internet?
Yeah, I just made it up.
That's a good one.
Throw him sky, Y-S-Y, I for an I.
Drink Bud Dry.
Bud Dry, yes.
Drink Bud Dry.
Raise your hands if you're sure.
I mean, I'm not gay or anything, but that Drew McIntyre, he's a handsome stud, huh? You guys? How about it?
He's a real hubba hunk.
Thinking the same thing.
Except
for I was thinking that you were gay, but
what? What'd you say?
I said I was thinking the same thing, except for I was thinking that you were gay. So by you saying that you're not gay,
because you had to qualify it as such.
I just, I was going the orgasmo route. Like, I don't want to sound queer or anything, but I think I might actually like sleeping with you tonight.
It really cracks me up when like people when people give you a compliment and then directly after the compliment, no homo or anything, no homo. Like,
yeah. Well, dude. I mean,
don't worry about it. I wasn't worried.
It's hard for me to say. It's hard for me to like look at Drew McIntyre and be like, you know what? Like, I would like to touch his body if the time and place was right.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. That's not the truth. I'm just saying, you know, if I was a woman, he'd be my type. Okay, he'd be my type. All right.
Oh man!
If I was a lady, we'd be married. That's what I'm saying.
Look, you know, I wouldn't mind him throwing me around a little bit. That's all I'm trying to say. Just give me a little squeeze. Just give me a tough little squeeze, and hey,
give me the Iggy before the office and all that. Bobby Lashley. I think Bobby Lashley. It's funny to me that they have that like white silhouette thing that's like doing this in his entrance, and it makes me think of Space Ghost. It makes me think of, like I'm watching Space Ghost freak out up on the screen. But also, I wanted to comment about how Bobby Lashley has like perhaps the most like generic song, like theme song. It's like the same. It's like how many? It's like Bob Holly and the Hardy Boys mixed together. It's just like that's like everybody else's song. It's like,
and that's what he picked too. He's like, I like that one. I like that one. That's the thing. That one. That's it. I like that one.
The Ouch Brigade, the Boo Boo Crew. Oh, hang on.
How dare you? How dare you?
Hang out, son of a bitch. Just hang out just a minute, please. Please hang out just a minute, please.
Goddamn Corey Castle.
Gosh dang it.
Middle of a damn live stream.
I'm trying to share the stream, but I'm having trouble right now. We're having technical difficulties. My God.
My sweet Lord. Yes, we are on right now, Corey Castle. Get back on screen. You can hear him talking to somebody.
Jiminy Jillikers.
At least they're building Apollo Crews up at Alpha United States title.
Why is this so difficult?
You still can't share it?
Yeah, no, I got it. It's just being a toughie.
It's being a butt.
It's being a butt cutlet.
Such a butt.
Yeah, there we go.
It is a nice belt.
That's a nice belt.
That is a nice thick
Man,
belt.
they changed that thing again.
Yeah.
It's sharp. It does look pretty cool.
It's not bad, but it's just it just says champion. Like I know that it says United States on it somewhere, but you can't see it. Just yeah. Like you can barely read that says United States.
But it's got a flag on it. Look, and it's an old one in the graphic again.
Yeah.
We didn't make a new graphic for the new belt yet. You're going to have to give us a couple weeks on that one.
We've had months now. Somebody have their sound on? I just heard the bell ring.
I do.
Oh, well, you.
Should I turn it down?
How rude.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna get us kicked out of wrestling.
You can't. Why? You can hear it? Like other than the bell?
I can't. The only thing I heard was the bell.
All I heard was the bell. Yeah, but I think.
Well, then.
Well, what happened? Let me tell you what happens. Sometimes WWE will remove our video. They will remove our video from YouTube and Facebook, going, "We own that. We own that," and then nobody gets to enjoy it. You're trying to take away people's joy, Nick. That's what I'm trying to say.
With a bell?
Be careful.
With the ding ding?
Stop trying to be ACPW about it.
Yeah.
Inside joke. Watch my YouTube channel to find out what that means.
I saw something about that.
I saw something about that.
I don't know what the end result was, but I know that they're trying to say that belongs to them. Those people that paid for that ACPW Federation of Professional Wrestling. Looks like they're giving you some hard times. We can tell them about hard times. They don't know hard times. I'll tell you what hard times is.
It's a dog eating an avocado.
That's a dog eating an avocado.
Amazing. I never seen a dog eat an avocado before. It's amazing.
That's amazing.
Rick, can you pull that up on your screen for the video of that?
I don't have the audio of that at the ready.
No, I know. Take your time.
Okay.
Throw it on whatever.
Yeah, throw it on whatever. It'll just be something. It'll be a reaction to a big move. That's amazing.
I feel like they tell all the people in the squares, like in the audience, to like make sure they get a good angle because like they're all perfectly squared up.
Yeah, and I think they go, okay, and make sure you do a lot of this.
Yeah, act like you're excited in your recliner.
Do you think that they're gonna? I mean, maybe they do it already. They have people watching it.
What?
And if it seems like you're like falling asleep or you're not energetic or you're putting up something wrong, then they're going to switch you off. Do they have that?
Yeah.
They shock you. They shock you.
That was another thing on Botchamania. There was like a KKK rally happening and they shut it off real quick. Like there's footage of a KKK.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't safe, Bobby.
Yeah, dude. This match
Chris Benoit was watching.
Brutal.
Yeah, Chris Benoit in one of the squares.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Who else? They had, what's his name? He said
you don't get clean in your kitchen. Look at this. That dog ate every speck of that avocado.
That one's gone.
Now, do you have a healthy dog?
I got a very healthy dog.
You want to see how to make a dog happy? Now that's an avocado eating dog.
A little bit of Huell Hauser here in our payback viewing.
That's an avocado eating dog. Dude, this match is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty intense. They're doing a lot of real like
it's like the circus. It's intense.
Ha!
Oh man.
Did you ever see that?
I'm just watching Huell Hauser videos.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. I'm trying to find that clip. Oh, well. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for coming up.
Oh boy.
Oh, my God.
Let's do more Inskiris in wrestling. There hasn't been enough. They don't do enough. We don't see enough Inskiris in wrestling.
Especially from guys that look like they could lift a house.
Right. Yeah.
Into the Dominator, by God. You can't call a move
eyebrows
the Dominator.
Tattooed on.
Right? That was Farouk's move. He used the Dominator, so you can't have a different move and call it the Dominator.
Was that
I'm gonna do a DDT and call it the Stone Cold Stunner.
But didn't he do a Dominator?
No, he had him up on his shoulder and then like flipped him off. Like
they call it a Dominator? Because I know you're listening to the audio on your headphones.
Yeah, he called it a Dominator as he did it. Michael Cole was like, the Dominator. Just like that.
I thought you said something about like detonator and
Dominator.
The detonator. Get in the flask.
Unless he said that and I didn't hear him right.
That should be the call when someone does something. Get in the flask. The name of a move. Dang, dude. Like, he does some real crazy stuff for how big he is. Apollo. Like he
do.
He be doing stuff that he doesn't have to be doing that. He's too big.
He's always done stuff like that, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't say he just started doing stuff like.
But this is the best that Apollo Crews has looked since he came up from NXT. Like, they're really letting him go with this. Oh, that was a stiff ass knee.
Yeah, that was that thing Robbie always tried to call.
Oh no, he's gonna do the flip-de-doo.
The flip-de-doo.
He did the flip-de-doo.
My God, I gave him the flip-de-doo.
Oh, thumbs down, guy. 2 thumbs down. Remember
sorry.
Forever.
I'm simple.
Oh.
This is a pretty good match.
Yeah.
Damn, no soul. No soul, the German suplex. Damn, son of a bitch.
He's going up, King. Oh.
There's like a viral thing. It's like, it's a cat. Meow. Flushing the toilet. It's a cat. Meow. Flushing the toilet. I'm thinking of that, but like a dog eating an avocado.
Oh, look at that pup. Oh, man.
Oh, he did a forearm. Look out.
Did you see it? That was like, he came in hot with it.
Matt Flowers doesn't like that. Don't be doing it.
Just don't do it like all the indie guys, according to. Oh,
nice. What? Why does he look so crazy?
I don't know. That's what I was just laughing at.
That's a weird ass look he's got on his face.
That's it. That's it, folks.
Damn. That was a great match.
Was good.
It was.
I enjoyed that a lot. We got a new United States champion. Yeah. About damn time. I mean, I wasn't blown away by the match, but I thought it was solid. It wasn't like, we could have seen that match on Raw, in my estimation.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was. It's gonna be tough to look. They're already taking pictures. Like
what is happening with the pictures?
I don't understand. What is?
I don't know how they did
that. Why was there one like photographer there? I don't get it. Like, what?
Somebody making a save here. What's going on?
Is that the Hurt Businesses thing? The thing with the pictures, like post match?
I've never seen him do that.
What if they had business cards? They had business cards, and each business card said like "youch" or like like "boo boo." Just like all said a bunch of words that were hurt business. Heartbreak. Hurt.
Owie.
You want to go out? Want to go out?
Yeah.
I want to
take my dogs out.
Take them dogs out.
I'll be back.
Well, now we know the answer to who let the dogs out, and it did.
Waka waka.
I'm trying to cue up the Price is Right sound, like for when you lose, for my bad jokes and Corey's bad puns.
Bad puns? No such thing, bro.
Now, when you say bad puns, you must mean like the ones that are just pretty good.
I don't know what you're even talking about. Friday Night SmackDown on Hulu. Total Bellas. Raw.
Here it is. Dude, you got some kind of filter on that's like slowing down your stuff or making your voice deeper?
I'm just gonna unplug this. Hold on.
No, it's okay. Keep it going. It sounded pretty good.
I hope that's not how I sound.
You totally sound like this. It's just so you're crazy.
Love you, man.
You're crazy.
I like you, but you're crazy.
No, you sound good.
Now I sound all right, you guys.
Now you sound like you.
But
I didn't say anything.
So you can't hear anything out of this mic now. This does nothing.
No, it's
mic. It's just a laptop mic now, I think.
No, that would be like me going, "Hello, hello," speaking directly.
How about now? That good?
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, here we go. How's that?
Let's go. Get a little closer. You're good. You're good. You get a little closer.
I think it's for ratings.
Right. I'm trying to get them numbers up.
Gotta keep generating that content, baby.
That's what I've been trying to do, man. Just bang it out, man.
Can you talk about how you did the famous YouTuber's YouTube channel?
Who?
You were just on like Sam Tripoli's YouTube channel or something?
Oh yeah, I just didn't know what name you said there. Yeah, I guess he has like a Patreon that he does for all his different little creative outlets, and I, a couple of weeks ago, I just emailed him out of the blue and was like, "Hey, I'd be interested in doing an episode sometime. Maybe I could talk about this." And he goes, "Yeah, brother, let's do it." So, I thought we were going to talk about Freemasonry and all this and that. And then, like right before we were gonna start, like the day that he had scheduled to do it, he called me and he's like, "Hey man, we got to switch gears. Can you talk Beirut?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, whatever you want to do, man. Like, I'm just happy to talk to you, man. Like, this is crazy." So, we did that. We did like a 35-minute little Patreon thing for his page or whatever. And then after we were all done, we talked for another 10, 15 minutes, and he just, took it upon himself to give me some advice and input on
unsolicited advice.
Yeah. I really didn't ask for it, but probably would have asked for it. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where like he just beat me to the punch kind of thing, and I was like, "Oh, great. Well, since you're talking, keep talking, dude." And was just saying that like it's really important for your podcast for like the title of it to really say what the show's about, and also, if you're not on YouTube yet, get on YouTube. You got to be consistent with your content. You got to just bang it out. You got to do it. So that's what I've been doing, man. I've been throwing a lot of stuff up on YouTube and just trying to crank out the episodes, man.
Bang it out.
But no, it was also just like surreal to sit and like talk to a comedian that you're a big fan of, But you've gotten to do that a few times, haven't you?
Yeah, man. I just heard him on Joey Diaz's show.
Yeah, it was good.
That was a good one. That was a really good one.
It hit all the feels, man.
It's emotion, a lot of emotion. But
Sam thought it was funny when I said, like when I first saw him, I was like, "Hey, man," it was like, "It's your doppelganger." He was like, "Yeah, you do kind of look like me." And I started to make like triply faces, like that side mouth thing he does all the time. And I popped him. I was like, "Ha ha ha!" Like I laughed like he does. Like, you know what I mean? He, what an honor it is to like make people that are funny laugh.
Yeah. I like having those moments with Harry Turjanian when he'll like laugh and be like, "I'm mad at you because I don't want to be laughing at your stupid ass."
Right.
I'm disappointed. So I call him my comedy dad. There's the thing I was talking to you about, Rick, with the Big E on Talking Smack.
Oh, okay.
Goosebumpy. Speaking of that, did you guys watch Bill and Ted 3 yet?
I just did yesterday. I did yesterday. Hey, Rick, earmuffs, so me and Corey can talk about it. Earmuffs.
All right,
No, you don't have to.
You know, go ahead. And well, it doesn't matter. I'll be downloading this and editing it and everything else later on. But I think now is time for a break for me. You guys go ahead.
All right. See you, Rick. And
okay. We're looking at Nick's empty room and Rick's empty room. What up, Nick and Rick?
All right. Yeah, Nick is gone, and that's okay. Nick and Rick are gone. So me and Corey, when did you watch it? I just watched it yesterday.
I watched it 2 days ago. The first day I could watch it.
And like, to be honest, like I never really sat and watched Bogus Journey from start to finish. Like I saw Excellent Adventure 1,000 times, but I saw bits and pieces of Bogus Journey and I never watched it, nor did I really feel like I needed to. After seeing this one, I'm like, okay, yeah, that one was about death and heaven and hell. I get it. But I liked 3. I thought it was pretty awesome. Did you not like it? Did you like it?
I liked it a lot. Yeah. It was like I've been waiting for this movie my whole life. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be exactly everything you want, but it's going to be everything it needs to be.
Yeah, it would have had to have been like super long to like get everything in the way you wanted it to. Right. There was some stuff that they kind of rushed. I felt like that could have been a lot cooler. Mm-hmm. Like as far as the kids going back in time to get all the band members. Yeah. Like I feel like there could have been a more significant interaction in getting them instead of, oh, we're getting this one now, we're getting that one now, we're getting them. Like there's not really a lot of development there. But like for as simple of a movie as it was and funny, the little swerve at the end got me. I was like, oh yeah, Preston Logan. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because they stopped saying Wild Stallions and just saying Preston Logan. So it's not that I saw it coming, but
I didn't.
I didn't. No, I didn't see it either. But I was like, why aren't they saying? For some reason I was expecting a lot more of like in the first one when they kept showing them in trench coats just doing this. I was expecting to see that a lot more.
And there should have been a moment where everybody was doing that.
I love that like it was all like not just specifically, but it was mainly the original cast, like the OG cast members. It was really cool to me.
Even Ted's dad. Ted's dad was the same dude.
Yeah. It was like, dude, I can't believe you didn't watch Bogus Journey all the way through.
I don't think I ever have seen that all the way through.
I'm a big fan of that one. I love when Ted possesses his dad. Do you remember that scene?
Yeah,
and his dad's like, "Whoa, dude, I totally believe you, dude." It was so great. I can't see that guy and not think of when he was possessed by Ted.
Oh man, look at Big E's boots. They're sharp. Does he have the All That logo on there?
Oh, does he?
It looks like it. It probably says New Day, but in the All That.
Oh yeah! Wow! Yeah! Cool.
But now, your impression just then reminded me that like the girl that played Ted's daughter, Keanu's daughter, did a good job of like playing.
Yeah, doing the
1989. Yeah, she did a very good 1989 Keanu. Dad, what's he doing?
But they just said dads. They were talking to both dads each time.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the element where they're like, we totally love you. And they're like, what? No, say how you feel.
Oh, yeah.
I really love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that logo on the boots is cool.
Soup's cool.
Cool. I want to see it. I want to see a run in from Coolio. I started
fantastic voyage.
I started talking the other day because my brother listens to like nothing but like 90s hip hop and R&B, and and I was listening to a Salt and Pepper song, and I was like, "Yo, they should probably get canceled for this." Like it was.
Or the Shoop or What a Man.
It was Shoop. It wasn't a lyric that Salt and Pepper said, but it was like, it was like, the guy was like, 12 inches to a yard will have you sounding like a.
Oh yeah.
And then she goes.
Yeah. I forgot you can't really say that now.
I was like, hey, yeah.
Say that now. I'm marking out. Also, I just noticed the theme of Big E's gear is Rocco's Modern Life. He's got see Rocco's shirt pattern in there.
Okay, yeah.
Like with the little triangles.
Real like Nickelodeon vibe going on.
He's just a real 90s baby, I bet.
Yeah.
I'll bet you he was born in 89. How old's Big E? Anybody know? How you and him are tight, right, Burke? You and Biggie Langston.
Biggie Langston. He gets his chest workouts from me.
Oh, that was gross.
Just passed away, so this is it.
I love that video from years ago where he was just doing this and he like punched AJ in the chest. And she was like,
"Oh yeah, super hard." Like, yeah, he was coming out. She was like, "Oh, not again."
Yeah. Did you hear the episode of the New Day podcast that they did with Kel?
I was wrong. He's 80. He's 34 and he was born in 86. No. Kel was on. I was actually just thinking about that. Like, where's Kel?
Yeah, they had Kel on. Yeah, it was good.
How's
it was
Kel?
cool.
Is he still like got it? Is he still?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Kel, yeah.
Does he still know how to make good burgers?
Yeah, he still loves orange soda.
Okay.
So that's all good.
Okay. Same old Kel.
Same old Kel, loving that orange soda. Who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. Is it true? Do you guys not know this?
I do. I know what it is. I don't want to steal your bit. Figured I'd just let you sit in the bomb.
Oh, he's doing the Daniel Bryan. What the deuce?
Something about like these two. They look like they reverted to their like 2007 gimmicks or something. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, didn't Sheamus change his look for a while? Now he's back to like.
Yeah, he had a mohawk and like a. Like
now he's back to like when I first showed up, Sheamus. Blah.
Well, Big E's not wearing his his like little lion thing. His like Nation of Domination gear that he used to wear. Big E Langston. What a stupid move. I hate that move.
What, the backbreaker?
Yeah, the rock bottom into the backbreaker. Stupid. I hate it.
Didn't you used to do something like that? What was your thing? Or is that the joke? Is that the joke? Is that the joke? Is that the joke?
But he does it on the left side for some reason. I don't understand what it like looks clunky, but I mean I like the move.
He does it on the left side, idiot.
What an idiot. What a idiot.
Stupid idiot.
And then he called it Irish curse. Like that name of the move means like you have a little wiener.
Really?
Isn't that what the Irish curse is? It means like you got a little wiener. Look that up. Look that up.
I think that's true. I've heard that in reference to Irish guys having little wee-wees.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Irish curse.
Oh, man.
I thought the Irish curse was just like alcoholism and spousal abuse.
The Irish curse is alcoholism, spousal abuse, and a small wiener. That's
it's sunburn.
Well, no. You understand. It's all cyclical because of the small thing you drink, and because of the drinking you hit your spouse, and it's.
What the hell are we talking about? What did I just walk back into?
Jesus. Spousal abuse.
Oh, man.
I don't even remember how we got here. Oh, Irish curse.
The name of the move is the Irish curse backbreaker. And like they say the Irish curse is like that you have a little wiener. So
you said that.
Yeah, that's what I've heard my whole life. I've heard everyone say that.
Wow. It's pretty racist if you ask me.
Yeah, it sounds like
it really is.
Yeah, I mean, then we're going to have to cancel that. Cancel that, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That shoulder looks like the most low impact shoulder that there could ever be. That little slingshot in that he does.
Yeah, it's a real breeze.
No, but my point is like he's out. His momentum has stopped by the time he touches him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, doesn't make sense. But
eek!
My God! Oh, that's a lot of man meat.
Meat.
A lot of man meat.
A lot of man meat flopping down on the canvas.
Oh, damn. So Matt Flower said, thanks for the invite. I forgot to hit send when I texted him.
Ooh.
Whoops. Sorry, Matt.
Is Matt watching it right now?
I guess so.
Check this out, Matt.
Who
am I?
You missed a good one from
Who am I?
Apollo Crews did a stiff one.
Who am I?
Johnny Gargano.
Matt said hashtag Wicked Hanuman.
Yeah. That on Twitter, someone reviewed it and turned it into a bunch of GIFs.
Yeah.
And there was like a GIF of Matt Bomboy kicking my head off on that show.
Nice.
Yeah, love getting my head kicked off.
You can watch all those Wicked Hanuman matches on my YouTube channel at tinyurl.com/YouTube Rick Connor. If you were so inclined.
If you'd be so inclined to watch the YouTube channel that you're already watching.
And while you're doing that, unsubscribe from Rassle Rock and subscribe to Struggling with Sozio.
You can do both.
I know. Just wanted to heal it up because obviously
man, wow,
I don't have time to do both, so you got to pick one.
Yipes! That
wasn't safe.
Nope.
Big E's killing it here.
I don't like that one girl in the audience is holding a Funko Pop, making me upset. Put it down. Nobody cares. Because nobody cares about her Funko. Put it down.
Here's my toys. Everybody look at my toy. Here's my toy. I got a little cup of cheese. Here it is.
I'm just a dream ruiner. That's what I am.
I hate when people don't kick out the correct way.
Oof! He passed away.
Like when people kick out like this? When people kick out like this?
Body is laying like from this side, right? Their body's laying like holding you down. Their body is. Then that means you kick out with this arm because there's nothing holding this arm down.
Right.
But you have all the resistance on this side, and then they're kicking out like there, like barely. Like show the kick out. Like
right. It's
like
the reason you have all this room is so that you can use it.
Yeah. So kick out. It shows the arm shooting up, and then you can just go to the side, like lazily go to the side, whatever you have to do.
Yeah, I have a pet peeve about kickouts that are just like people like just kick their legs and don't even put their shoulder.
They don't understand. Like you, yeah.
It's because they're blown up.
Shoulders come off.
Ricky Langston.
Big A with the big win.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. I don't care what anybody says, man. That Thunderdome looks cool.
Who's saying?
Cool.
People say that it's like, oh, the screens are too bright and it's distracting and this, that, and the other thing. I like it.
Yeah.
What's the alternative? Nobody? Like
where is this? Is this in?
It's in.
I mean,
it's in Orlando.
I was gonna say they're obviously not touring this thing around for no reason, right? Like they're not.
No.
Yeah, we're just moving this around and setting it up in Ohio for nobody to come watch.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I honestly, I hated the idea, but like having watched a good bit of this now, I think it works. Like I think it. Honestly, yeah. I don't know if fans will ever be needed again in the building. Like it would be a shame to never have live wrestling again, but like this is proof that it's not necessary.
That's true.
And that this honestly might be a safer alternative, so that way wrestlers feel more secure in like making sure when they attempt the risque move or whatever that they're set, they're positioned, they're not too tired to pull it off, or whatever. Because if it's not live or you have the ability to edit later or something, you know what I mean? It just makes the whole thing safer.
That's true.
But I know as a performer, everybody here is or was a performer. Like it definitely takes away some of the fun of being a performer and not having anybody there.
Yeah. It's got to come back. Like, I think while it may not be necessary, like it's for the sake of the performances, it should definitely come back. Who's this lady?
I don't know. Renee Zellweger Young. Stolen joke.
Ha ha.
Funny guy.
Funny.
I think we should do like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 just for wrestling promos.
Yeah.
When the Vealer talks.
Oh, yeah.
Listen. If he didn't want his butt touched, he wouldn't have been wearing those shorts. Bro.
Wait a minute.
When did you say that?
You just said it right now. Can you hear it? What is the shirt? What does that mean?
I'm a riddle.
Oh yeah, but the little O-B thing.
I think it's supposed to look like a Rocky.
Original bro.
Original bro.
Original bro.
Okay.
Dude.
Surprised you didn't know that.
I caught a few seconds of him talking just then. They don't really let that idiot talk all the time, right? Like they can't possibly let that friggin' moron speak. Holy crap. Like, I get it. So, I get it. Some people are talented, but Jiminy Jillikers, guys. Uh-oh.
Oh, my face.
It's Rick's favorite.
I wonder who she's going to injure in this match.
Why is she wearing a nobody meaner than Tamina shirt? She's not Tamina.
They're related.
So?
I don't know. Showing support of someone who's not on the show ever.
Man, she looks like she just crushed some butterscotch crimpets.
I don't know if they have tasty cakes in Florida. Do they?
Probably. They're shipping them down there.
Well,
There's somebody smuggling them down there.
Butterscotch crimpets.
The filled kind or the cream kind?
Just like the cream on top kind.
Those are better in my opinion.
Yeah, nothing inside.
With the jelly inside, it's like, come on. If I wanted a donut, I did a donut. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I feel you, dog.
Why are we watching indie wrestling on the network?
To Evolve.
They're like, this is where we're pulling them from now, guys. In case you were wondering, this is where we're getting them all. All your faves.
NXT used to be the training ground, and now it's Evolve is the training ground for NXT. Comes Boring Corbin to stop the show. We're all having a good time.
Sorry for the siren if you hear a siren.
I thought that was the that goes before the like. I thought that was like somebody doing that on purpose.
The Dudley Boys.
No, I think it's the fact that I turned my mic off and now you're getting the sirens and cars going by the front of my house.
All the ambiance.
Plus, I'm a criminal and they're coming to get me.
Nah.
Nah, see, nah.
Nah. Who's Corbin working? Broski?
Yeah.
The OB. The old dirty bastard. The ODB.
And they love like sticking with gimmicks that don't work, huh?
It does feel a bit forced.
What, the King thing? They've been doing the King thing since the 80s, man.
No, I just mean for him specifically. Like, you know, I feel like what was the gang with Disciples of Apocalypse? Is that what they were called? With like the motorcycle guys, with chains and 8-Ball and all those guys.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's like the only gimmick he could have. Like, he could be in Disciples of Apocalypse, and that's it. That's the only one that works.
See the floating AR flip flops?
Hell.
Just when you thought you've seen everything.
Crunch.
Yeah, Baron Corbin on a motorcycle, rolling down to the ring would be something funny.
I just feel like it's the only thing I believe from him. Is somebody playing with Legos right now?
I was.
It sounds like you're searching for a piece to like. I can't. Fine.
Only awesome audio here on Rassle Rock.
Mm-hmm. Exclusive. Only here are you going to hear
Your Legos.
the sound of Nick Burke's Legos and my tortilla chips.
Tortilla. He has the gimmick, the wristband, the all-access wristband for like
They let me in.
for like a whatchamacallit thing. Like if like the water park in the area or something, and he has like a week pass.
Yeah, like that's
he can't cut that off because he has to.
He won't be able to get back onto the beach then.
Right.
I got the all day pass, guys. I got to have this match when I'm going back.
This is what we call a little false hope right here.
Is it going to be a fallaway slam?
Just like I told you. Just like I told you. Right back to the heat. Psh.
Not for long.
Up. He's going right back to the well.
One too many times.
Jeez. Right into the mic.
What are you doing? What are you eating? Stale pizza or something?
I'm gonna
Eating a piece of. Are you eating a piece of matzo?
Get a sip of this here.
What are you eating? Some matzo? Some matzo? Is that what you're eating?
This is Rassle Rock ASMR. The special ASMR edition. Rassle Rock. Oh man, look at them cross faces. Oh.
Damn.
Very nice.
Oh, that wasn't.
No.
It was like this side, no, that side.
That's what the left side, left arm clotheslines.
Watch, here it comes. Ready? Ha ha.
Thwap.
Eating it.
Why does it look like nobody looks good in their gear anymore?
Like, who you mean?
Oh, Matt Riddle
Like,
barely looks like he has gear. Just
Yeah,
wearing
Matt
shorts.
Riddle.
Well, I think Corbin's gear is to hide the fact that he just like doesn't want to stay lean. Like he's like, no, I don't want to get lean. I want to just cover up my little belly fat.
But like, it looks like his pants are falling down. Like they're not at his waist and everything. It's just
Riddle's shorts look like they're one size too small or something. Like they just don't fit right.
Crossfast chicken wing.
Oh my God!
Learn that from Bob Backlund.
I got a mushroom on my body. My God, I'm tripping all the time.
Used to be a Super Mario power up. Now turning it into a demon. Covered it up
Was
nice.
it really? Did he
No, I
really
don't
change it?
I
I thought maybe he did the history of the tattoo. Oh, side slam, side slam.
I know the history of Matt Riddle's tattoos.
They had a series like that on the network for a while, didn't they? Like there was like a series where like the certain wrestlers would talk about their tattoos and their meanings and stuff like that. This was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
It was hosted by Corey Graves.
Yes.
Corey.
Oh, you could tell Corbin didn't see that first one coming. He was like, oh.
Damn forearms. I'm every wrestler ever.
This
Learn how to
doesn't come
throw a punch, brother.
Here comes back elbow. God damn.
Yeah. Baron Corbin has like a JBL dad bod and like I don't know why.
Oh no, he's going for the Jimmy Jam again. Not this time, stupid.
Keep going to that well. You're going to get caught.
He has to do that slide in, slide out on the other corner thing. He has to get his shirt in. That's every time.
I realize it's wrestling 101 for the heel to do that, but there's just something about after, like when they do the old, I'm going to go for the thing that I already got, but it's going to backfire this time thing. Bothers me a little bit.
Yeah, it's too structured, paint by numbers. Like,
yeah.
Like
it's like
cutter.
Yeah. It's like
just
the late stage.
Like if I saw it in the Indies, I wouldn't care, but just on WWE pay-per-view, I think it's a little stale.
What?
Yeah, actually, you know what it was? It was the stupid move that he decided to go for twice. That's what bothers me. Like, don't do that dumb move again. Like, if he already hit a power bomb and was going for like oh my God, Dad. Hey, look at this guy.
Hey, dude.
Hey, what's up? You want to talk? What's up, dude?
Hi.
Hi.
He's going to get a happy.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna get a happy meal, right?
He's gonna go get a Happy Meal, guys.
Ooh.
What?
Nice.
Give me one.
Yeah.
Give me one.
What are the
Yeah.
current toys
Hey.
that are coming with Happy Meals these days?
Yeah, what kind of toy do you want?
What kind of toy
Tell
comes with
Uncle
Happy Meals?
Paul which kind of toy that you want, little boy. Sugar, sugar, sugar.
I don't know what they're talking about, but I can see him.
Jackson has a different one.
Yeah. I'll get you any toy that you want. Put the kid back on.
No, I had to take him off before he starts talking about anti-Semitic things. You know.
He was actually.
Damn kid. You know, them kids over there.
Yes. They're leaving me.
Mark the bartender.
Hey, Mark the bartender.
All right,
What's up, guys?
Scorpion. What's up?
So did I miss anything since I haven't even had a chance to watch? We were super busy today.
Hang on a second.
Biggie Langston beat Sheamus.
It was actually a really good match.
And it was pretty good.
And Lashley won the United States title against Apollo Crews, which is actually another really good match.
And the Iconics wrestled the Riot Squad. And that was okay.
That was just
That was okay. That happened.
I'm glad you're being positive there, Corey. What's up, man?
I didn't think it was too bad.
What's up?
How are you, buddy?
Fantastic. Are you watching wrestling, or are you just
Yeah, I
popping
have it on the TV in the bar.
Ah, very nice.
There's no indoor seating yet. We're still doing outdoors, so I'll be bouncing back and forth like last time.
Okay. I wasn't.
Are you going to give us a good look at a bottle every time?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick new bottles for you, okay, Corey?
Nice.
All right, guys, I'll be right back.
Any more
How's this
additions?
match anyway?
This is okay. This is another match that probably could have happened on SmackDown.
Yeah, it's totally
it's not bad.
match. Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of like really hurt Riddle's push. Like,
Yeah. Well, I think
stalled pretty quickly.
I think that there was a lot of hesitation in the continuing to push Riddle because of the allegations and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
But not a bad match.
Crowd again? Did any of you guys see if Kenny Omega's in the crowd again? Or?
That was the first thing we talked about on the show.
Yeah. Corey thinks it might have been somebody holding up a picture of Kenny Omega.
Probably what it was.
No, Kenny Omega said that he did it. That it was him.
Oh, did he actually come out and say it?
Yeah, on Twitter.
Claimed it like ISIS.
Nice.
Claimed it like ISIS. Right.
What
other matches do we got?
There you go. Just for you.
Well, who's Roman Reigns is in that triple threat with The Fiend and Braun Strowman. That's the only thing I think I know.
Hey-o.
Hey.
Hello. I can't tell what that's a bottle of. Glenmorangie?
This segment brought to you by a bottle of Glenmorangie.
Bing bong bang. What is this game?
Battleground. Okay.
Whatevs. I'm for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be better than 2K20.
Are they doing another Seth Rollins 24?
Uh-huh. SummerSlam 2005, the day in the life.
15.
It's 2015. I'm sorry. Haven't we seen enough behind the scenes of Seth Rollins already? Come on. He's like, I can't believe I'm one of the greats now. Oh, sneak attack.
Good at. Like Corbin again.
Look out for those Uncrustables.
Oh, man, all that good cereal.
Uncrustables anywhere? PB Delights?
I guess they're continuing that feud.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Well, we need it. Did anybody else notice in like that segment that with Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax talking in the back? Shayna gave her like the crappiest push. She was like, eh.
Yeah. Ah, boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Not a
You
bad
got the
pay-per-view.
broads. Who are they fighting?
Nia Jax
Shayna Baszler
and
and Nia Jax against Sasha Banks and Bayley for the women's tag titles.
Who wants it? Who needs it? What does everybody want? Not this.
What?
Bailey looks like China before any surgeries.
Looks like what?
What?
It looks like China before any surgeries.
Yeah, I feel like Bailey looks like China before she had any facial surgeries.
Oh, Bailey. I thought you were talking about Shayna Baszler.
If I said that, I misspoke. But no, yeah, I mean Bailey. Bailey did. She's got like a China face.
I think she's cute.
You know, calling somebody.
I never said I wouldn't smash. There was no part in there where I said I wouldn't smash.
You know, you have to specify because saying someone looks like a China face sounds like a racist insult, and it's not about the country of China.
Not the country of China.
Oh yeah, let's rewind and say that I'm talking about the ninth wonder of the world, the no longer with us Joni Laurer.
Mm-hmm.
Not the the country or the people.
Do you ever hear JR talk about her on his podcast when he talks about like when her and Triple H broke up? And she would go to JR's office and she'd be like, and he said she sounded like Herman Munster.
Oh man. Terrible. Yeah, look at the pipes on Mark. Yo, dude, relax. Look at the buys on you, dude.
I may not wrestle, but I was a bouncer for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Is this a tag match, I guess?
Yeah.
Oh, she's giving Mike Cole a T-shirt. It's a gift. Oh, over his head, like he did with the roll.
How long has Bailey been doing the Jeff Hardy like things on her arms? She's got like the.
I've never seen this before today.
Yeah, I've got new.
That's like the same colors and all.
This is just a tribute.
This entrance is forever.
This is a long entrance. They got 3 belts. They need the long entrance.
My God.
the whole bar clearing out?
I'm not like most girls. They only want their spot to take it when it's got a little bit.
She's not, because most girls aren't that dangerous.
Man.
Is she wearing a Kamina shirt?
Yeah. They're related.
And I tell you.
Why wouldn't they just re-tag those two up and let them go for the title?
I don't know. Tamina might be hurt.
Maybe she's out for some reason.
She was on SmackDown. Maybe she is hurt.
Yo. I tell you what.
Let me check on my table. I'll be back.
Oh, we didn't get a
Did
bottle.
we just check on her table? Jesus.
They're all right, Mark. Leave them be. You ever just look at somebody's joints and know they're working way too hard? Like, that's how I feel about Nia Jax's knees right now. I'm like, man, her joints are... Tape those things up, dude.
I feel like it's just gotta hurt. Like everything. It's just her back's got to be in pain.
Sleeping probably hurts.
Look, she's got the Nightman makeup on again.
Yeah.
Really dark. Wow. She's evil.
Yeah, you got to watch out for Nightman, Shayna.
She has the eyes of a cat that does karate across the stage.
Stop laughing at me.
Yeah, stop laughing. Stop laughing.
Is she just kicking her in her head?
That's
For
awesome.
realsies. Oh, man, they're for realsies.
What is
Yo.
this maneuver?
That's odd.
Yeah.
Effective.
Oh, is she going to do the stompy stomp? Oh, shoot. Oh,
she moved.
It's the wisdom of
Got it.
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks looks like a rocket pop or something.
What?
Rocket, don't stop it. Rocket.
Rocket pop, like 'cause she's like red, white, and blue.
Yeah, but I started talking. I started turning that into a skating rink song.
I was jamming to that. Backward skate. Boys only.
Couples only skate.
Oh man, she's hurt probably. Look, see, she's already like, I landed on my left knee. There it goes.
She's like
It exploded.
Got Kevin Nash quads.
My Beirut knees.
Kevin Nash quads. Where did they come from? Kevin Nash quads. Where'd that come from? When did you ever see his quads?
Remember when he fell? Like when he just like pulled his quad out, he fell in the ring on Raw, and he was just like, "Okay, I'm out. All right," and then like the match just happened around him.
Well, no, he actually got the hot tag, went running over to the opposite corner. It was like a 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, like schmaz back when like Raw had too many main eventers on it, and like he went running across the ring. He bipped a guy and then like hit the guys in the corner and then went down like like making all these horrible noises because like he just planted his foot wrong somewhere. He probably didn't stretch at all. You know what I mean? He probably did zero warming up. He was probably drinking beforehand, and then like he stepped wrong and tore his quadricep and went down. It was shortly after Triple H did it, or around one of the times Triple H did it. Back then.
Oh,
Oh.
Yikes.
Oh, not like this.
No. Oh. She needs an
Did they call that
MRI.
the ding dong?
She's blown up now.
I would not trust Nia Jax to do that.
No. That's like
Or
she's
anything.
she's like the lady DJ Hyde.
I'm very happy that Nia Jax just did an Ice Train body block to knock Bailey down. There are shades of Ice Train.
You remember like what we used to say about DJ back in the day, where like his moves hurt more than they look like they do, but like don't look good. That's how I feel about Nia Jax.
100%. Like they don't look good, but probably hurt extra.
Yeah.
Nice.
They probably go out there and try to hurt her for real. They're like, all right, we're blowing this B word's knees out.
B word's
oh!
Crushed her
like, I don't
face.
Yes. Sasha's like, that's for being fat. Watch the thing in the corner. Oh, they're not going to show it again.
It was like Nick Cage style stomp.
Dude,
They were laying in these, dude.
What?
They were laying these in.
Yeah. Like, well, you're not going to break our nose.
Here it goes. Something spiteful. Heard her for realsies.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Unsafe.
Everything she does is unsafe.
Bailey's up on her shoulders right now, probably like, no, just put me down. Oh, no. No. Oh, no.
Oh.
Look at her. She's like, oh, no. What's going on there?
Boy.
Just
They
bad.
did there, and I don't like it. Whoever agented this should be fired. Because that low drop still should have hurt Bailey's arm or whatever, technically. You know what I mean?
Oh, so right. Okay. Just like keep Shayna in for the rest of the match. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, dude, you think the agent's just like, okay, nah, you're gonna work 75% of the match, and the other three girls are like, what?
That was way too many steps.
Ooh.
That's weird. All right.
I can get behind that.
Shayna is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's things about her feet work I don't like, but it's all good. We can let that slide. She knows what she's doing for somebody that's newer to the business. Right. You know what I mean?
And also, she's like 40.
What? For real?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure she's like 40.
She was down in ROH for a while. She was down in ROH for a while with Father Colin O'Reilly. She was like with those guys all down there.
Yeah, she just turned 40.
She's 40? What?
Yeah, she is 40. Yes. She turned 40 August 8th. I don't know what's got you so tickled, but I like it. I'm here for it.
It's Berg. It's Berg.
Oh, is this a turn? Are they going to turn on each other?
All right.
No, they're holding.
That was good. That was a good one.
For all of Nia Jax's blown spots, this is still a pretty good match.
I was getting it together, but I'm toast. I'm toast.
They're gonna do
Niles, remember when me and you came out both in DJ's gear?
Oh yeah, that was classic.
Sasha and Bailey should do that in Nia's gear.
They do that, we're suing them.
Yeah. Even though I just came up with the idea for them to do it right now, but they do it. Toast.
No, nobody's ever done what we did before, so that's totally our shtick. Actually, that's probably not true at all, but.
Oh, she's choking her with Sasha's arm. That's cool.
That's cool as hell.
If she makes.
She's tapping.
Oh my god!
No way. No way.
The Nightman has won the tag team championships.
No. Does Fatso get one now? Oh man.
I don't understand that finish.
Fatso got a promotion for stinking.
How can you have that finish when when both of the
Look, man. Look, this is like when you do the group project at school. Like Shayna did all the work, and now Fatso's going to get an A+. She's crying again. Everybody's always crying. Look, what is she crying about?
Everyone said I stunk and I couldn't do it.
Do you know where that's from?
Adam Sandler, right? Isn't that like
yeah,
pop or whatever? Like the what?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
8 Crazy Nights.
Oh no! Well, it's not the mom. So it's from like Grown Ups 2, I think it is. And
I thought it was an older thing.
Well,
because he used to.
That might have been it, but you got to see it. It's this one thing, and this dude just keeps on going. What?
He used to do like comedy, like albums, like with songs and.
So you're thinking of the. Why don't you go outside and play with you?
Yeah.
You're this and that. What is this character that Nia Jax is trying to do? I didn't hear anything she was saying. She was jumping around like a maniac.
She heard
She's just
Rick Conner
screaming
was
new
watching the
tag team
show,
champs.
she's just making sure she's rubbing in his face.
What's that?
Let me tell you, man.
She heard you were watching the show, so she wanted to make sure you were right. Like her number one anti-fan.
Whoever just watched that in the office and isn't going like, we got to do something about this.
The psycho B word.
That's it. It's like a. Oh, okay.
I love you, Mom. She just said, I love you, Mom. With the camera.
Love you, Mom. And Tamina, too.
Dude.
I'm just hoping this puts Shayna back in the spotlight. That girl needs to be at the top of the card when it comes to the women.
This team doesn't make any sense.
It don't make dollars, and don't make sense. Mm-hmm.
We talk about it's like a buddy cop movie. They're Riggs and Murtaugh.
Riggs and Murtaugh.
Oh wait, they're gonna have Kurt Angle and Steve Austin. I'm definitely watching that one.
I thought that happened already. I think
Did it?
It's on there. I think.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. I barely ever use the network.
Oh man. Effing Nia Jax, man.
I just want to say
10
the
minutes
B word.
later. Rick was just in shock that whole time.
I want to say the C word so loud right now. So loud.
Stupid fat.
You want to say champion?
Fat, champion, yeah. Fat, untalented, dangerous C word is what I want to scream.
That's what I'm gonna call girls now. I'm gonna call them champions whenever.
Yeah, we had this girl at the bar. She's been a real champion. Won't leave me alone.
It's a line in the grocery store. Effing champion in front of me taking forever.
I think I'm kidding. I'm gonna call them champions from now on. Girl won't even know what I'm calling them. I'm like, you little champion.
You're such a champion. Thank you. Oh my god.
When it's really bad or it's a big one, it's a grand champion. She's like, oh man. So just being a grand champion, dude.
Real gold medalist.
Yeah.
You're being an intercontinental champion today. Not a world champion, but
Oh man. My God.
You hear that accent on her? She's a real European champion.
She's a bit on the chubby side. She's a heavyweight champion.
Lane Bryan champion.
Yeah.
Was that a Coke can?
If they like it rough, are they a hardcore champion?
Let's overtag this to death.
Or she likes it with more than one at one time, then she's a tag team champion.
Oh, this is why no women listen to our show.
How do you know that?
I know. Come on. You know. Oh, look, me and Mark are twinsies. Yay, Mark.
Challenge to anyone who can work in North American champion.
From Canada. She's not quite American, but she's North American champion.
Here comes Keith Lee and his skirt.
Here he comes.
This is like a field hockey player.
He looks like that burning marshmallow.
Like, she just doesn't stop all day long. 24/7 champion.
She's putting out some real naughty material. She's a real X Division champion.
Keith Lee looks like a human manifestation of Bowser. Like, In a good way.
Right. Of course.
In a good way.
There's no other way. So what we were asking Nico was what the toys are in the current Happy Meals.
What did he say?
He was saying, I have no idea. And then he tried to make up some jibber jabber, and
jibber jabber.
He tried to BS us.
Well, he probably tried to big league you guys.
Yeah,
like anytime he gets the show, you know what I mean. Like he's
really get that ego in check, bro.
Well, I mean, he's like his dad. You know, it's all about him, and it is what it is. But yeah, he probably started to tell you about Siren Head, which is like this popular YouTube character.
Yeah,
that he watched. Yeah,
they make video games out of it now.
Yeah. I think that's what it started as. I think it was a game, and now it's just like everywhere.
It's dumb. I don't care.
Oh yeah. No, what I can tell you for sure. For whatever reason, all these games are like the same concept. You're running from something. Like something is chasing you. Whether it's there's like a granny grandpa game where you're trying to escape the house. There's a Hello Neighbor game where like that this neighbor guy's trying to beat you up or whatever. Yeah, everything. It's a Siren Head. Oh man, here he comes.
It's great that like the in your house keeps dissolving and reappearing behind Nick Burke.
Yeah. Is he a circuit? Is he a computer chip?
Is he wearing a grass skirt?
I don't get what's going on here, dude.
Can he see? How does he?
No, he can't. He can see the ground. I don't understand the getup, dude.
So why is Keith Lee wearing a shirt that looks like a circuit board? It literally looks like a circuit board.
Yeah.
Just give me everything. I'm just gonna.
It's wear it all. Like Dragon Ball Z like with the Captain Crunch shoulder pads.
That's what it looks like, Dragon Ball Z to me. Now that I see it. I don't care. I'm still rooting for Keith Lee. I'm not letting him destroy this guy.
I don't know what the grass skirt is. Yeah, I can't do anything but applaud him and love what he's doing. He's still
and basking in his glory. Basking in the glory of Keith Lee right now.
I'm glad he ditched the dress.
Because Keith Lee is dressed like DJ.
Oh, that's fake, dude.
I wonder if that's real.
I'm a snake. I'm a slithery little sneak snake.
I wonder if that's like really there, or if that's like something that they put on screen.
I don't know. It looked super legit. It definitely wasn't really there. It was definitely computer.
It was augmented reality.
It was a hologram. I gotta be honest. I was very much against quarantine wrestling at first. I hated studio wrestling, but I think I might like this better than before. I like the super duper graphics. That was cool. I like that there's no stupid people trying to hijack the show
with different chants and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
about us. It's about us and what we want, and not the wrestlers. Randy Orton looks extra skinny. Tell him to get back on the gas. Get back on the gas. Get back on the gas.
You got Keith Lee some real shorts this time.
I'm not I mean, I don't watch this as much as you guys, but Randy is extra skinny, right? I'm not seeing things like he's got like his neck is all soups lean.
Well,
he's not as thick as he normally is. Yeah.
Still got those quads.
No, dude, they're small. I'm telling you, like he's got like little cutlets now instead of full breast tenderloins.
Maybe he just needed to look smaller next to Keith Lee. It was all intentional. Or maybe he just stopped doing the juice.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I know for sure that, when he was on tour, he was hitting different gyms all the time. And now he's going fine to whatever gym he's got,
Home gym or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. So that could be a part of it that I'll blame.
Look, first of all, let me tell you, he looks spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, for somebody who has not watched in a while, you guys have seen this gradually happen. I could see that he's 20 pounds lighter than the last time I've seen him. And it's not necessarily bad. He just looks really lean compared to like the bulkier shoulders, chest, everything. He looks good. And it, it may or may not be the gas. I don't know what it is, but he looks great. He just looks leaner. And yeah, Keith Lee's big and fat and puffy, so that doesn't help.
He's fluffy.
He's a little pufferton.
Drop. Wow, shoot.
Nice.
I'm athletic.
Squish. Squish.
Oh, so they gave Keith Lee shorts back.
Yeah. They're not wearing the weird thing that looks like a skirt.
Mushed him.
The early frustration.
Are we throwing some chopskis? Throwing some chopskis? Boom. Ain't gonna happen. I'm getting psyched. For this.
You're making them upset.
Nice. Very nice.
The old double chop. I used to hate those.
That hurts, dude.
Yeah.
He's got some meat paws too.
You guys know, man. Is that like Keith Lee's go-to thing? Almost every match when he starts, like, he always goes, like, does the shoulder injury.
Must be his thing.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I don't know how I feel about the Legion. I mean, it feels a little silly, but
that's his. Oh yeah, I see it.
Well, they had to trademark it, so they had to have an extra E in there.
Yeah.
That's a Bruce Pritchard creation right there.
Legion.
And he go on his podcast and he talks about how he did everything.
Yeah.
Everything was his idea.
Dude, my neighbors are listening to some loud hip hop music, and I can't tell if you guys can hear it or not. It's like shaking my whole house.
Can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Can't hear it.
Hip Hop Anonymous.
Hip Hop Anonymous.
I don't have the sound on. Did they fix the crowd noise with the WWE yet, or does it still sound like a video game static?
It sounds like a video game.
Yeah, it sounds like the video game static when you're playing the wrestling games.
Yeah, it's the same.
I mean, I haven't heard it tonight, but I was watching SmackDown. It was the same thing.
Yeah. Same. What's happening? Mark, just turn his camera off. Well, I'm just going to turn my camera off, and that's it.
Sure, yeah, why not? Hey, guys. I don't know. We lost Mark.
We lost Mark.
Oh, and I almost lost my camera. That's what I get. That's what I get for messing around.
Instead of calling them legions, they should like. He should like have everything like words with Lee at the end, like happily and splendidly, you know.
Gleefully.
Right. Like every week you have a different Lee, you know.
Supreme Lee.
Supreme Lee, great.
Not that.
Well, you said it. It was
I didn't. Say it.
Candidly,
Vintage Orton.
Vintage Randy Orton.
Here we go. Mark back.
Caught for the second time.
That was weird. It just started staticking up, and then the whole screen went blank for me. So,
Are you enjoying yourself?
crowd's going nuts.
oh yeah, man.
Crowd's
We
going ape
had a
shit.
good day at work already, and there's no one out there except for one couple.
And they getting drunk?
Now they're eating ice cream.
They're getting crumb.
We have 2 hours left, so hopefully we get another small hit. So you guys hear the rumors that supposedly the new Wyatt family appears today?
No.
Wyatt.
What?
Yeah, Alexa Bliss is supposed to be part of it, but there's a rumor there's going to be 2 more people.
What?
Keith Lee just beat Randy Keith Orton. One Keith beat the other Keith.
I knew they were going to do that because of civil unrest.
It was an affirmative action win.
Yo, Sozio, stop being a champion.
Beat the man clean.
That's great, man. That's great.
I'm being a social justice champion.
He deserves it, man. I think Keith Lee's on the come up. I dig it.
Good. They're actually treating the call up right.
Yeah. And I've been saying I've been saying this a lot lately, like how important representation is, and Keith Lee represents so many groups, like all together, like making people feel like they can do something and like kind of inspires folks. So this is great. I think it's really good.
I'm gonna dress up like Keith Lee for Halloween.
You're not allowed to do that. I would say don't do that.
No?
Don't.
No.
Let's just say that if you do just the gear, not any sort of pigment. Don't add any pigment. Doesn't go over well in society.
Don't even go tanning.
Yeah, don't even. I have to jump off, gentlemen, but it's always what? But it's been fun hanging and reviewing the programs with you as always.
Good times, good time.
And I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. We'll see you. All right. I'm gonna take a break real quick, guys. I'll be right back for the.
All right then.
All right.
BRB.
All right then.
All right then.
This is a little long promo. I wish I could hear it.
It's over for me.
Did Nico tap out?
Yeah, he had to split. Yeah. Oh, we still had to see the tag match with Dominic Mysterio and Ray against Buddy Murphy, and oh man,
I don't want it. I don't want to watch it.
It's not. Nico Sozio picked quite a time to leave.
This is such a dumbest angle. Like popping people's eyes out, like. And now Aleister Black's like a bad guy after they popped his eye out.
Oh yeah, because he like turned on Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I guess. Jesus.
I didn't understand what the context of that was. Like, what was the point?
Yeah, but you know how WWE is. They got to do that, and a week or two later, he'll finally get on the microphone and explain why he did it.
Well, like they tried to do that with Chad Gable, and he was like, "I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be a bad guy." Like it's pretty non-committal.
Yeah. SmackDown was actually very good this week.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. This kid, he's good. He's just he needs time.
I can tell that like this match. If I don't know, did you pick up on this, Corey Castle, that it was called like how like SAT versus like Johnny and Trent would have been called, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, like no, let's say like one of the SAT versus just Johnny. It was called like that, like the way the spots were put in. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you.
I didn't pick up on it, but now that you say it, it's like yeah.
Like the way, like the indie-ish of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
From Dominic, from fitting his spots in and where and how, and how they're done.
Yeah, it's not as important about what's in between all the spots. It's just that you get to your spots.
Right.
It's weird. It's like, well, for the first time ever, it's a Dominic's first match. No, but it was he probably would have been better to like do some indies first and like work on getting good.
Yeah.
Before like coming in, being in the ring with like WWE's like almost like top guy, like one of their top guys.
Sorta, yeah. But at the same time, like now the experience that he'll be getting all the time is just working all the time. Like since they're not doing shows in front of people, it's like the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the practice. But he could have gone other places and wrestled with a mask on.
Right.
Nobody would have known who he was and gotten the experience. Yeah. Maybe he did. Who knows?
Nobody would have known it was him.
Nobody would have known.
Dude, is it crazy like how big Murphy's chest is? Like
Big E's.
His chest is humongous.
Yeah.
Like, man, nobody has a chest that big.
Big E does.
Yeah, but like Big E's big all over.
Yeah.
Crazy. I'm jealous. I want a chest that big. Oh, hang on a second.
Boyka 619. I guess it's just me. I'm gonna do a little commercial for Blue Chew. Get your Blue Chew. I don't know.
You think your job's hard? Get yourself some Blue Chew, and then you'll see what hard's really about. Blue Chew.
That's one of the commercials.
Can you seriously not hear the kids downstairs like partying?
No, I can't hear them at all.
They're loud as hell all the time. Like, I guess like the girl, like the daughter. I don't know. Like, I've never seen the family. I've never seen all the family, but I've seen like the parents. But the girl is always trying to sing, and she's bad. It's like she specifically always tries to sing Bad Romance by Lady Gaga all the time. But only like the part she goes, oh, caught in a bad romance. Oh,
Right.
oh. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop it.
Did you ask her what she did with the money? You know, the money she was given for voice lessons. What you do with the money? What money? The money for voice lessons school.
Whoa. Drop down, and then we got a little boot to the gut, and then we'll whip off the ropes. Oh, it goes down for a back body drop, kicks him up. Now Dominic goes for
he was definitely training with the SAT.
What's that?
Definitely.
Yeah.
He was definitely trained with SAT.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell. I could definitely tell.
That's amazing.
I'm going to have to ask him.
Red.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
That's right there. That's an SAT spot. The go for the thing, the hold, and that.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's a red spot, I think.
Yep.
Forget which one. I remember doing it with them.
Right.
It's just...
Yep.
That too. I mean, but the tag match, yeah, definitely, 100%. And I know he was working out at Pablo's gym. He was El Puerto Ricano in ECW, and now his real name is Pablo Marquez.
Okay.
So I know that he was working out down there.
I know he was like working out at Lance Storm's school.
Oh, there too?
Yeah.
Dude, they had to be going all over, because I remember seeing pictures of him.
Well, I know Sasha goes and trains with Red sometimes, like before pay-per-views.
Really?
Yeah. So I imagine like they got the connection somehow.
Right. Well, like SAT were very friendly with Eddie and Ray and everything too. So.
Mm-hmm. Man, Rey Mysterio is so cool.
So flipping cool.
So
cool, man.
Yeah, key.
It's the coolest, man. The coolest.
Yeah, dude, I follow the guy who makes their gear. And I was watching him today making Buddy Murphy's tights that he's wearing right there.
Ah.
It's pretty cool. Like on the sewing machine.
I want to follow him too. Can you send me this thing? Because
yeah,
there's some stuff like I need to know. Like there's a lot of stuff with gear nowadays that weren't available, 7, 8 years ago.
Right.
So
yeah, I'll send you. Do you have Instagram?
I do.
Nick has Instagram? I think I'm
I do. I don't even do much on it though. Yeah, I don't do anything on it.
You can start by following us.
Yeah, dude.
Shit.
WH.
Yeah. I have no interest in this match whatsoever. And that's a shame because I love Rey Mysterio.
It's been a bad match so far.
Well, with his son, like I said, I think he's good. I think he needs time. He's too young and he just started.
Yeah.
But I mean, the other all three guys are excellent wrestlers.
Yeah, we were giving the Dominic a lot of heat last week, but you have to remember, like you said, he is young. He just started, and it's going to take some time, but he'll get there. He's got he's just a bit sloppy.
Yeah, like I was with you guys when we were trashing him. I think that's right when my phone died. So I went back and rewatched the match like when I got home that night, and he was clunky, but there's something there. He just needs a personality and he needs time.
Yeah.
He needs to put a little more weight on too.
He is. Yeah, he's lanky.
Yeah, he's got to put a mask on or something too. Like, and just until he can get a beard or something. Like he looks like a kid. Like that's what's. But
well, the rumor was, and it didn't happen last week, was he was going to have a mask like similar to his dad's.
Well, it was probably what the hood was. I'm glad he doesn't have the hood this week.
Yeah. Dude, that thing, he's going to kill himself with that hood.
Yeah. There's rumors going around that they're going to have some kind of match at WrestleMania, and Ray's going to end up retiring there and giving him his mask. Ray's going to.
I would probably cry watching that.
Yeah.
Be all teary-eyed.
It'll be all sweet. It'll be adorable.
Abdominal stretcher, huh? Let's see, a little abdominal stretch. Yeah. Oh, little jawbreaker.
What the hell are we doing?
I don't know. I think it's Stu Hart. I think I'm doing Stu Hart. I don't know.
Is it what that is?
I think.
Maybe we throw in a little high spot. We'll let you do a drop kick at some point. We'll call the rhino in there.
Oh, he stomped him in his hand. Oh, his hand hurts. Rollins has been dreaming of picking apart Dominic. Dominic Mysterio. These are six game that we play. Come on, Dom. Come on.
Oh, you almost did the right thing.
What?
He almost did the Mysterio thing where he slid out of the
Yeah,
ring
it
like
seemed
that.
like he was going to try to do it, and then he ditched the idea.
Oh,
yeah, that was that was ouchie.
hell. All right.
All right.
That's hot.
Try to not hurt somebody. Try to
Baxter,
not hurt
stop.
yourself.
Bax.
Let's go, Baxter.
Let's go, Baxter.
He was snoring.
Let's go, Baxter.
I had to wake him up.
Wake up, Baxter. Oh, look at you see that? You see that Ray throwing them forearms?
To me, or does he look faster or something? Like is he trying to work like ultra fast?
Maybe it's the colors. The colors make him look like he's flying.
No, he seems a little faster than he usually is. And he probably is because he's more comfortable with
one eye.
Yeah, with one eye.
that
been
patch over his
with
eyes.
one eye the entire time.
The eye has been slowing me down. Up.
Solid kick.
Can you believe the music that they're listening to downstairs? Can you hear that?
I can hear that. Yeah,
you can.
Kind of jammed
hear,
for a while.
You've been jamming to it for a while. It's like cheesy techno. All night long, big American party.
Who's driving? Oh no, Bear is driving. How can that be? Seth is blown up.
Yeah, understandably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unreal how good Rey Mysterio is. I can't.
Yeah.
Don't understand it.
How old is he now? I know he's at least in his 40s. I think he might be pushing 50, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure of it. He's probably about 55. I mean, 45, 46, something like that, at least.
That's amazing. I never seen a 45-year-old move like that.
I can't do it.
No.
He's 45.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it in my 20s.
It's funny,
is there
man.
A secret meaning or something behind Mysterio's attire?
I mean, like there always is, but
I don't think this one has any. Doesn't look like it.
It just
he looks like Max Moon.
He's got little jetpacks on his boots.
Yeah, if anybody remembers Max Moon.
You know who Max Moon was, right?
It's Conan. K-Dog.
Yeah. Which is his boy. Yeah. Which is Rey Mysterio's boy.
Right.
Oh, there we go. Maybe that's what it is.
Pale.
Rowdy, rowdy, bowdy, bowdy. Up.
Got caught. Dummy boy in for the save.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh. That looked like it didn't feel very good.
I look like my hair a little bit.
Little Stiffsky.
Hey, Mr. Donut Man, I don't know. Hey, Mr. Donut Man, I'm going to kill you. I don't know why I was thinking. I just thought of Garth from Wayne's World saying, Mr. Donut Head Man. Hey, Mr. Donut Man, who's going to kill you? I don't know, but they better not. Oh, that doesn't feel very good.
The matchup on today?
What was
Matt
that?
jump on? No. He only commented saying thanks for the invite. I think in a very upset tone.
Did we not invite him?
I meant to. I forgot to hit send on the text, but then after he said that, I sent him an invite and he didn't hop on. So he probably couldn't make it anyway. He was just being a jerk.
Oh
like that.
no!
That was a cool spot.
Oh, yeah, that was a cool spot.
That was sweet as hell.
I like that they're wearing the same tights now too. I kind of enjoy that.
Yeah.
But did you guys watch NXT this week?
Yeah.
Austin Aries went back to NXT. He's no longer part of the Disciples. That made no sense.
I don't know why. The Seth Rollins group.
Oh,
with Murphy and
Theory.
Yeah.
He said Austin Aries.
Dominic looks light years better than last week already.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was jitters last week. Maybe
he just win.
You got the pin.
That was it.
That's awesome. But I'm just saying, maybe it was really bad jitters, man. He had to. He looks a lot smoother. He's moving faster.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still a little clunky here and there, but he's 10 times more along than Nia Jax is. Nia Jax has been in WWE for what, 5 years?
Well, I think it was mixed to the fact that he was in a match it was a tag match, so he didn't have to carry the whole thing.
Yeah,
that kind of makes it easier sometimes.
Hey, whatever, man. It makes him look way better.
Yeah.
I was talking Rick about the other night about how when you and I were a team, we'd just sit and talk before the match, just calm each other down, and talk about go over things with each other, and I was that was what I found was cool about being in a tag team. You just chill each other out a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, bye, Mark.
Bye.
Bye.
Dude, this is a cool spot.
Yeah.
That step up kick and the buckle bomb miss.
Yeah. Yeah, even the 619 and front splash even looked better here. Good for Dominic.
There we go.
You almost got it, Nick.
I'll be back.
Have fun walking the puppies.
Oh, I will.
Come on. All right, we're looking at 2 rooms with nobody in them. Ain't that cool? Hell yeah. Okay, bye.
Yeah, man.
I
think we got one more match, right?
What's that?
I think we just got one more match, right?
The triple threat?
Yeah, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, that might be the last match.
That's all I can think of.
Is Jeff Hardy not on this pay-per-view either?
They didn't announce it. I mean, he was on SmackDown. I don't know if they were. I thought that they were going to throw Jeff Hardy and Sami Zayn on.
Yeah, me too.
They might be saving that for something else, or maybe it's up next. I don't know. I'm going to see some more. I'm going to see some Raw Underground on this pay-per-view.
Dude, admittedly, I'm going to say like it wasn't the worst this time. Like I thought it was cool to see Dolph Ziggler hold his own with Bobby Lashley for a minute. I didn't mind that. Like,
I enjoy it. I enjoy Raw Underground.
It's like weird how like people get like super jobbed out real quick, but
yeah,
it was. I didn't mind seeing like Dolph Ziggler kind of like stand his ground. Why was that important to show?
That wasn't important at all. I don't know why. I don't know why that was there.
Yeah. So this is a SmackDown match that's going to happen. I guess this is the last match.
There's a triple threat. Here we go. I gotta type this up here. Universal Championship.
Roman's about to be on. Oh.
What?
I was talking to somebody else. Sorry.
Stop it.
Stop it.
So I'm thinking we're probably going to see Roman Reigns win this belt here.
I mean, unless they're doing that thing that Mark said about the Wyatt family thing. That might hold the championship for Bray for another night.
Maybe.
Look at them teeth. Look at them big old chompers. What did you say? Did you see his teeth? They're huge.
Look at them huge teeth.
What did you say?
Huge teeth.
Huge
Damn,
teeth.
Damn, boy, teeth is thick.
the Gary Busey teeth.
All right, I'm gonna try staying on for this match. This is the one I wanted to actually watch.
Yeah.
Everyone leave.
Oh, Mark is now gone. I guess he didn't stay on for this match.
He said he would try, and maybe he tried his hardest.
He was not successful. There we go. Now you're going to try to stay on for this match.
Yeah. Sorry. Anytime I got to do work calls or text, man, it messes this up. Yeah, I'm really interested. I heard that was a rumor. I don't know if it's BS or not, so we'll see what happens.
Why is Braun Strowman dressed like a 2001 Hardy Boy?
I don't know.
That's his new gimmick.
So wait, is Brock going to come back a face and go against? And then we're going to have to see 15 more matches between Roman Reigns and Brock again?
Beats me, man. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but I'm digging it so far.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing something different with Roman. Hopefully it fits more of his personality.
Yeah, hopefully he can play it well because it's more, it'll be more comfortable or more him.
He's playing more like he was when he was first in the Shield.
Yeah.
Sierra Hotel Indigo. I don't know. I don't remember what the other ones were.
Lima Delta.
There's an E in there, right?
Oh, Echo Lima Delta.
Echo. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I got caught on.
Rick, I would have done that later. Yeah, I'll probably be on for this match. My phone's going to burn out after that.
Say that again?
So I'll probably be on for this one, and my phone, the battery's going to burn out right after that. Live streaming from your phone kills the battery.
Yeah.
Well, I think. Well, this is the last match, so if you can last through it, cool.
Oh, really? I didn't know if there was something after this.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the main event.
I think this is the last thing.
It should be.
I wanted to see that, I wanted to see what they were going to do with Sami Zayn and Jeff Hardy, but I mean, that's probably going to be put on later.
By the way, I rewatched this match too when I got home that night. This entrance is awesome. It's just awesome.
Which match are you talking about?
I rewatched the match with him versus Braun, and so I could actually hear the music with all the lighting and everything. The entrance is just amazing.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Creepy as hell. I'm surprised he doesn't have the theme title. That was just like his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of a dismal failure.
Yeah, it wasn't like the coolest.
No. He just got the Blue Universal title. Catching flies.
Hey, you're gonna get this demonetized. You got to not sing the copyrighted material.
Are you sure?
I kind of miss the old theme music though, because that bass riff was so good.
Yeah.
When they used to come out like all three of the Wyatts and they do that weird stutter step together, I always loved that. I mean, Brody Lee killed it this week. I don't know if you guys watched that.
No, I don't have TNT anymore.
Over the weekend, he absolutely destroyed Cody Rhodes and won the belt, and the match was great. It's exactly how he should be treated.
It's about time.
I mean, the rest of the Dark Order is still a joke, but
yeah.
All right, we got 10 minutes worth of more entrances now.
Yeah. Like stretch it out. We got to go to 10.
Yeah, I don't see this match being more than 10 minutes.
8 to 10.
I don't think Braun Strowman can do more than like 5 as it is.
Yeah.
Did you see like the stuff on the WrestleMania Show Must Go On thing?
No, I didn't watch any of it. Was it good?
The 24. It was all right. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh no! Man, Pearl Harbor job.
It was Braun Strowman crying about winning the championship. My mom.
I have to go get food.
Have to go get food, he says.
Okay.
So that wasn't him commenting on the Braun Strowman crying. Where is Roman Reigns?
I don't understand why. How did this match start already? We don't have everybody in.
Did the bell ring?
What the hell? Unless it's elimination or something.
A gauntlet championship. No idea.
I don't know. I don't understand. They may have made some kind of announcement during a promo.
Maybe whatever. Like the contract got changed up by Paul Heyman. Maybe.
Yeah.
That seems like it would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always clunky. All that like outside of the ring bang and it's always clunky. That looks weird.
At least the table broke this time.
Yeah, at least that.
They're going 100 miles an hour again.
Yeah.
I like it though, man. I like when two big guys just destroy each other, I guess. I told you, dude. Wyatt family.
Alexa Bliss.
He's looking a little husky lately.
He's looking a little Harris also.
Oh, wow, the mallet. I thought they would never bring that back after
cool.
the nightmare that was involved in.
Yeah, we don't need a reminder of Hell in the Cell.
Huge claw or mallet of some kind.
Wow.
He just threw like a desk chair at him. Cool. Like a javelined a desk chair at him. Okay.
Where's Roman? Is he just going to run out and pin one of them at the end?
I don't know. This match officially started, so I don't know if we missed something during a promo. It could have been. Corey was saying somebody could have changed something. They were saying they wanted something changed in the contract, so maybe it's a gauntlet match or something.
Here's the one they called us Green Boots. Okay.
Are they turned the Fiend face?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what this has been feeling that way to me this whole time. Like when they pulled it, when they did the backstage thing and Braun Strowman was like going,
yeah,
like that was like, okay, then I guess the Fiend is babyface.
So weird.
I wonder if that hurt.
I kind of enjoy the Fiend beating him up. I'm sick of Braun Strowman being like what you call, Corey, a game boss.
Yeah.
Like he's just went Friday night with Drew Gulak hitting him with a chair and he just stood up and looked at Gulak. It's like, a 200-pound man hitting you with a piece of metal. It should you still should cringe a little bit,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, whoever's watching right now, see if you can drop us a comment and let us know if you know anything about why Roman Reigns isn't out there right now.
Oh, he just broke his neck. That was the Van Damme kill. Dead.
He's not even selling his neck. Like, what the hell? He's got crack your neck a couple times. You're fine. That'll get over the snap. That'll get over the breaking of your neck. And steps.
That didn't look good, I have to say.
No, it's on the shoulder.
Yeah, it's still not very good.
Where's Alexa Bliss?
Who I miss? Everything.
I don't remember.
We're waiting for Roman Reigns to see what's happening, if he's going to come out or not, or what's happening. This might be like a gauntlet match or elimination or something. I don't know.
You didn't hear the introductions.
No. He's gonna snap his neck again. Oh, he's dead. Dead. Broken neck. I want you to get out there and I want you to break his neck.
Oh, the board's not turning off and stuff.
He just didn't hit it hard enough.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Must be a case of how hard it gets hit.
They're doing a solid big man match.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird in WWE to say anymore because they just don't have those guys.
Yeah. He's fighting. He's fighting out of it.
Right into the pads.
That was cool.
Oh.
I'm not big on the table like with the tarp over it, but that was still fun.
Still look pretty cool. They're going to show the footage of like Vince McMahon taking that bump before, just going, right?
Right? Yeah.
It's fine, Steve. Stop being a baby, Elias.
It wasn't. I actually watched it. He was actually doing that to Gronk.
How's it Gronk?
Like, see, Gronk, you big wuss.
He called Gronk a wuss.
Yo, Jason Gott is here. Yo, Jason Gott, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Oh, hello.
Came in just in time to see the main event.
How you guys doing tonight? All right?
Good, man.
All right.
This is a pretty good match.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. This is the first match of the pay-per-view I've checked out. I'm a big fan of Braun Strowman. I think a lot of people crapped on him or whatever. He was like a big guy, but I really think like he definitely like proved that he was more than just like that, big mass guy, that he can work really good. I'm happy for him. I think he's definitely doing a good job.
Can you mute your TV?
Well, I'm sorry. What's that?
Can you mute your TV?
Oh,
guys?
yeah, no problem. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just using the computer or whatever. Can you guys hear me better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, bro.
I think the problem is always with WWE. It's just how he's written.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't beat the pen. You know what I mean?
He can work for a really big dude.
Yeah, no, he can work. He's pretty good. He's definitely pretty good.
Gotti, do you know why Roman Reigns isn't in the match yet?
Polishing his teeth.
He's brushed his.
It takes time now. It's like he has to do each one of them.
I'm definitely gonna. You like my Blu-ray glasses, bro? Are they working?
I do.
Yeah. Are they working?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
Very suave.
yeah. They're actually my friends. I just thought to steal them would be cool. Yeah.
Yo, Nick, you think when Roman finally comes out, they'll do the 3D of his teeth?
He said the rattle.
In reality, it's just his teeth. It'll be just a big thing of dentures exploding over the audience.
Nick Burke, I haven't seen you in like 9 years. How you been?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, living life. You know.
They broke the ring.
How are you?
I'm all right, man. Hanging in there.
Good deal.
They broke the ring.
Oh, they broke the ring. This is like the Big Show thing, bro. Yeah. It's great, bro. For real. It's what do you
Here
think
it
about
comes.
this
Teeth.
Thunder, you like this or nah?
The teeth.
It's weird, bro.
I like it.
Do you like it? Yeah. You like it? For real? That's cool. I think it's cool, man. Like everything's been used 1,000 times. I pop. You know what I mean?
I just want to turn it up and see if it's
sorry. Here we go.
If they change his personality, why are we still calling him the big dog?
I don't know. Maybe he likes Pitbull or something. I don't know.
Because
he's a service dog.
Because it's his yard.
Oh no! Nah, that was actually funny. Undertaker, baby. That was good.
He just left the chair outside.
Who's Mark, by the way? Do I know him? I'm not sure if I know him.
You don't know me.
I'm not sure.
That's why he wears a mask.
I feel like you're the only one that's masked up.
I'm actually at work.
We're all at home, and he's not.
I'm actually bartending right now.
Cool. Pour me a double shot of Jack and say hello to your staff. Baby. That's cool. Nice to meet you, man. How you
I have a
doing?
table that's on its way, so I just put my mask on now.
Cool, man. What's up? Tell you what, man, Roman Reigns, dude, like a lot of people crapped on him. A lot of people crapped on him too, but he definitely proved his worth. Sorry about the camera thing. I'm just trying to make this work. It's a little shaky or whatever. But...
You're looking good.
All right, cool, man.
I like the big beard.
Yeah, right. He grew that out, man. That was cool.
He looks.
And he's not wearing the shoe gimmick.
What were you saying, Nick?
What's he? Second cousins with The Rock, right? Second cousins with The Rock.
He reminds me of Tonga Kid.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, the mandible claw. He's got him right by the dentures.
Rip those teeth out.
Well, it's his teeth that protect him. His fingers weren't long enough.
Oh, that's nice. Nice. Got the mandible claw. Oh, let me get home.
His fingers weren't long enough.
What? Spear. Bro, this thunder thing thing's weirding me out. I don't like it at all. At all.
There you go.
Well, all right then.
Oh,
right,
there we
guys.
go. Spear.
Is that a
Kick out. Oh, you got him.
There you go.
No, all right.
Okay. Well,
everything's back to the same.
That was weird, but I like it. I'm cool with it.
It's weird seeing him wrestle in a t-shirt. I didn't like the vest. But,
Corey, you like the t-shirt better than the vest?
All right, guys. I'm
I don't
gonna sign
know.
off so I can pretend I'm working again.
See you, Mark.
All right, Mark.
Thanks for coming.
All right, man. Nice to meet you. Have a nice night.
Nice to meet you. Have a nice life.
Nick Burke, let's have my car break down like 11 years ago. Give me a ride.
What? When your car broke down?
You remember that? Did Corey tell you? I was like, tell Nick Burke I said hi. You know, I never forgot that, right? Your stuff.
I don't remember. What happened?
You know, see, now I feel like a jerk. I feel like a jerk. Blank.
Okay. It's all right.
We were working the first one show, and the car broke down. And I was like, bro, I'm stranded. You give me a ride back to South Philly or whatever. My girl's house. Remember that? Like you have,
I don't remember.
This dude was looking at me like I had 9.
Did I take it? Did I take it to South Philly?
You did. That's why I was.
Okay.
You're a good dude. I was like, this
You're a good dude.
I'm trying to clean it up. I was out there,
All right. Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I remember. Thanks.
I'm glad I was a good person. There was times where I wasn't. So.
That's why when anybody would talk smack about him, I was like, you know what? I don't care, bro. I would have been frozen. He's good people to me, bro.
Good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, the Sunfire, Pontiac, right?
Yeah.
Pontiac Sunfire. There you go,
Yep.
pal. I don't forget.
Had that big Pro Jam sticker on the back window.
Yes. I gotta get another one of them from my car now.
I really don't remember. I know it was a Pontiac Sunfire. I remember that.
Mine was silver.
Okay. Yes, I got the
Silver Sunfire.
That was yeah, that's fine. You
All
still
right.
work, bro, or no? You done with it? Don't give me the biz, bro. You still work?
Not really. No.
Come on, don't give me the Larry David showbiz, homie.
Nobody would book me.
Why?
Nah.
I love it. You revving the motorcycle up now?
I'm not booked, Terry.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. I'll literally be right back.
We're gonna get going.
All right. Pay-per-view's over.
I'll be right back, but no one's gonna be here when it happens.
Peace out.
All right.
Have a good night.
Thanks for coming on. Good seeing you again.
Everybody for hanging with us and sticking with us if you did. And check us out every week and check out our Rick's YouTube channel and subscribe it. And then we love you. Thanks so much. Be fun. Have safe.
Have safe.
Yeah, my bad, guys. Sorry about that. I was saying bye to my friend.
That's all right. We're signing off.
We're signing off.
He's good, right?
Bye.